Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to prophesy, to teach the word, the Holy Bible. All right, we out here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. And before we even get to that, we want to give all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh. That's the true name of the Heavenly Father, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right, double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers, the prophets, the servants, all the elect brethren throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, giving this man no rest, giving this man hell. All right, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, because that's pretty much the message of the prophets, man. According to the scriptures, the prophets that were being risen up to speak into existence the downfall of that kingdom that they were risen up in. All right, we're in the last, most wickedest, most I'll say most impactful, most influential kingdom on the face of the earth. That's America, which is the worst. That's the worst influence on the face of the planet Earth, man, bar none. But guess what? The Lord's getting ready to put an end to this place. All you got to do is just pay attention, man. It's all written. The writing's on the wall, man. All right, literally, the writing is on the freaking wall, man. Look at this place. This place is through. Look at the pure degeneracy of this place. Your children are not safe. They're being targeted by agendas. All right, witchcraft is at an all-time high. All right, everybody's being groomed to be a damn freak, a transformer, a demon, or just to be rebellious against their Heavenly Father. So that's how you know we at the end of this thing, man.
Like I said, it's human rights are being taken away.
Yep.
I forgot what. Yeah, the human rights, the stuff that you were inherently born with, that the Constitution used to stand for, all that's getting wiped out, man. Okay. If you go back until when the C-19 was hitting, what was they talking about? Should other people have to take it to save other people around them? Hey, I don't get a free choice of myself. The answer is no. All that sovereignty and individualness, all that's out the window. They're trying to make everything under one rule. Which this has been done before with the Tower of Babel. Antiochus Epiphanes tried to do it. And this devil now is trying to do it with this one New World Order. Get everybody under one government, one religion, one belief, one system, one monetary system. Okay, so all of this is coming down. And the prophets are telling you this, and the only way that you aren't joined unto this beast, which is the spirit of Satan and the devil at the forefront of this thing, because there's a righteous New World Order coming also, just to kind of put that out there. It's to be under the righteous vibration and spirit of Yahweh Bashim. I have somebody.
I had something because you were speaking of prophecy, real quick. This is Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see that thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
There it is. All right, so those who represent Yahweh Shai in the spirit, they're going to be in the spirit of prophecy. That's why every time you see, brothers out there on the highway, mainly Great Millstone, I can't say the rest for a lot of these other camps. Some of these other camps, they go into prophecy, they'll touch on it. But mainly, Great Millstone, we got to, give a shout to the other the brothers, men of valor. We got men of valor brothers before us. You got DTA, them brothers. We go into prophecy, man. Is that the spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right. So we got to go into and we got to touch on all these different events according to what the prophecies say.
Teaching the law is teaching the law is okay. We teach that also, but that prophecy still got to be in there. These lessons and exhortations are great, but the prophecy should be the thing that people should be focusing on. Preparing somebody before. That's where the power truly lies in.
And learning the laws is obviously important, but that is something that when you come into this truth, you grow with. You learn to, as you grow in the spirit, you learn to keep the Sabbath and what not to eat, what to eat and what high holy days, all those things. But first thing first, you got to know the prophecy.
What's going to move you more? Yeah. Something that's coming or something that you got to get around to? Something that's coming is like, hold on, World War III, a draft and all of this stuff could be happening any day now. military collapse could be happening any day now. We need to, whoa, this is prophecy stuff. We better prepare for those things and see that to get us to move in a righteous spirit.
You said draft. I just read something that FEMA is going to basically help with the draft. This is going to be a draft.
Of course.
Yeah, so and FEMA is a government entity, agency. So it's going to be like, you know, they're going to help initiate and administer this draft that's going to take place.
Keep that same energy that you're feeling for Ukraine, you know, and against Russia. Keep that same energy when you against them. Chess, ice, Siberian desert, you know, winter playing chess, half naked, wrestling polar bear as soldiers over there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, Russia, they're already preparing themselves.
Right.
The recent move that Putin made by bringing forth a mobilization of troops, and then he did that right before they decreed a referendum for those 3 regions of Ukraine to be joined unto Russia. So they're pretty much assembling the troops, so to speak, because they know that if this goes wrong and they try to attack during them trying to negotiate an annexation of parts of Ukraine, then hey, that's war's already taking place. This is going to escalate, and we know that America is directly involved with Ukraine's opposition to Russia right now.
I see recently where Ukraine called out Israel.
Yeah,
they said they ain't helped us, they ain't did shit, pretty much.
Yeah,
you know, that's what Zelensky said. So eventually we see Ukraine moving away from America, you know, moving away from these countries that were their allies, as they, you know, they're fighting basically America's war, but they getting their ass whooped. They people is dying over there. Truth be told, don't listen to the media because they'll let you know that Russia about to,
like it's a one-sided.
Yeah, Russia about to be defeated and shit.
Yeah.
I got a quick break. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, says the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
If I may say real quick.
Hey,
No, you got it.
real quick, but see, that's why the Spirit is on us to go into prophecy, because now you're seeing this come to play. The Lord is the one who's assembling these armies. That's why you always constantly hear of, you know, these different nations, the ones that are enemies of America. They're constantly making all these negotiations. They're constantly having joint drills. They constantly trading weapons, nuclear arms. You know, mainly they're getting nuclear weapons from Russia. So they're preparing themselves. They know what's getting ready to happen. All right. So the Lord is he's the one that's assembling and bringing it all together, man. Like when you look up that word mobilization, somebody look up mobilization real quick.
Webster's.
Yeah. Or just Google it. Just go to Google and just type in mobilization definition.
And the Lord said, wait ye upon me. Who is he talking to? His nation. The Israelites, hopeful elect, you know. Wait upon the Lord. Because his determination is to basically gather these nations, all right, into the Middle East for World War III, so he can pour out his judgment on them, you know, because they got Israel in captivity, man, and they never let us go. They never told us who we were, you know. So that's the indignation. I mean, the judgment that's going to be on these nations.
That's it. Somebody found it.
Got the Google definition for the word mobilization. It says the action of a country or its government preparing or organizing troops for active service.
Active service, man. And what does it say in the similar terms?
War.
There's no similar terms. You got some,
Probably the root word you probably would have to go to.
Mobilize. What does that say?
Mobile or something like that.
some synonym words. It says to rally, marshaling, to call up, to summon.
It's a march.
Marshaling. Convocation, muster.
muster the host in the battle. So Isaiah 13. So you see how these prophecies are speaking? The Lord is mustering up the troops.
So it's actually the Lord doing this.
It's the Lord doing this, man.
I got another clue. Revelation 16:16. And he gathered them together into a place that they called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. All right.
Somebody break that down. What is that word? Term? Matter of fact,
No, it's not.
we'll ask one of y'all brothers. What does the word Armageddon mean? Like, what is the definition? How you break it down?
Destruction.
Close. But you break it down and
words in there,
you break it down in the Hebrew.
Judgment.
It's synonymous with
The actual
That's
word.
Yahweh Shabbat.
That's how it's about Jehoshaphat.
Yep.
It's another word. Now, a key word in there,
Kind.
Gadite.
Yep.
So,
what is
Gad,
God? What does God mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the word Gad? Truth.
Yep.
Truth.
True.
Yeah.
Har Magagwan, which means mountain of the troops.
Yep.
Okay? It means mountain of the troops. All right, and that's the Lord is he's gathering the troops for this final world's war, this battle, man. And then the Spirit got it to where these, you got Russian officials and media hosts. They keep on going into the Bible talking about how basically World War III is going to end the world. You had the former Russian president recently. He came out and said, Revelation 9 and 18. That's talking about the fate of America. You
Yeah,
basically
second
flat out
13.
coming out and saying that, hey, this is how America's going to go out. And that's who else going to those prophecies?
Right.
The prophets.
Okay.
They're breaking it. They're going into those books of Revelation. They ain't going into that in the Christian church.
Yeah, the elites watch the prophets. The elites, these governments, officials, they watch the prophets.
Yeah. They watching us. They know what we're saying is correct. That's why even the heathen kings, they respected the prophets. They sent messengers to go and deal with our prophets.
Put two and two together, these governments building nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
So we the prophets coming out the scriptures saying nuclear missiles are going to destroy America and other parts of the world. So I mean, put two and two together.
Yep.
It's not that hard to grasp.
And now the problem with a lot of people is they don't want to see that gritty, bitter part of life that's coming.
Yep.
A lot of people just trying to figure out how to bounce back from the economic downturn, the recession, and all of this. It ain't coming back, man.
Really, these
Even if you
low-level
do get money, what you say?
these low-level Babylonians, they don't know.
Right. The rest of the world is like, man, this life
Yeah,
ain't
they
good.
get
We
rid-
need to
they
get
get
rid
rid.
of America. It's certain the West, the EU. We need to get rid of all of that.
Yeah.
And things will go smoother.
They're all coming to an agreement that they all have a common enemy.
Yep.
All these nations are figuring out, okay, they thought this was a problem, they thought this was a problem. No, America's the problem.
Yeah.
And eventually they're going to all come into an agreement that we got to take the problem out.
Even if they don't like Israel or they don't like Ukraine or whoever, they always got to worry about America in the background. They hesitate to make the move they would make,
Right.
because America's always there.
America got something to say, or America's influence.
Exactly.
It's, who wants to live and move like that?
Right.
I can't make
Somebody
a deal with
else
you
did that.
without his say something,
Yeah.
or him approving.
Sanctioning me
Hey.
some crazy shit.
Well, that's Joel the 3rd chapter where it says the weak shall say I'm strong.
I'm holding on.
No, you got it, bro. Because
I'm on the budget piece, okay? If I'm gonna hit the one that you mentioned earlier, then I had a couple more. Isaiah 13, verse 4. Matter of fact, verse 3, it says, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the
If any
multitude.
of y'all brothers want to bring out a point or precepts, man, y'all feel free, man.
The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as a great people,
Yep.
a tumultuous noise in the kingdoms of nations gathered together. the Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Yep. And we was going into this last night.
Okay.
Ultimately, with all that commotion and with all the conflict and them, fighting one another, they're gonna at some point they're gonna try to band together and they're gonna try to fight against our Lord when he comes, because that's gonna be a whole nother war. that's gonna intrude on this war. It's gonna turn into a whole different war in the midst of already going war.
And that's why it was so huge what Ronald Reagan said. He said, because same Cold War talk, but now this is starting to heat up. This is actually getting hot. Hot war now, right? He was saying, what if, if we had a common enemy, or what he said, of an alien force, I forgot how he said it, would come to the earth. And when we set aside our differences and come together to fight against that common enemy, and that's exactly what the scripture said they were going to do.
They're going to stop fighting each other because this big ass massive chariot just covered the sky. It's like, I can't fight against you. We got to fight for mankind. And shit,
Exactly. I got a couple more. This is Joel 3:2. Going back into the gathering that he's doing, he says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people. And that's a big deal, because as the brother just mentioned, right now, when that chariot comes, the fathership shows up. Hey, that's when you know that you got bigger issues to fight. So not only are you about to lose your the battle, the war, whatever, but your slaves about to be taken from you, free, taken from you if you want to
rebel against you.
Yep. All of this is about to happen. So the end of your whole shit is about to come to a pass. It says, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right? And they go jumping down with the brother read, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the heathens.
It's like when it said they read that last part.
At the scattered.
Where it says and they parted.
Come. It says, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and have imparted my land.
Yep. And that's what they did. They took over our holy land.
Yep.
All right.
Now you got Palestine claiming it's there, and they should have more. Down further down the Jordan River, they should. Hey, we're supposed to have the West Bank. We're supposed to have this. Now we're supposed to have all of this. They want to go back and forth about it. Ain't none of that shit y'all's over
That's
there.
the irony of it. They fighting over something.
They yours. You need to get up out of there. The Syrians might have to back up a little bit, man.
Look at this real quick. This is from economist.com. It says, for the first time in years, Israel's leader wants a Palestinian state. And it says, promises of peace are common, yet Yair Lapid, Israel's prime minister, caused a stir when he told the UN General Assembly on September 22nd that he wanted to make peace with Palestinians based on the two-state solution. And that's basically they trying to put a partition of the land so that they could divide it between the Palestinians and Amalek. So that lets you know right there, according to prophecy, that the heathens parted the land right now. They have it in possession.
Really, it wasn't supposed to be possessed at all right now. It's empty.
Well, that's the curse unto us, because it also says that strangers devour our land.
It said a bastard would dwell in Asgard.
So this is for us to be. This is a punishment for us to see that these bastards are over there in our land.
Living it up off the fruit of the land, using it up.
I got to preach it back here. Lamentations 5:2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
To the Palestinians and small heads. Zechariah 9:6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, which is a city, port city in Israel.
Let me say this about a port city. It's important because that's where your commerce comes in and out. That's how you do your business. So that's an important city to possess. The wealth of your nation, of your country, of your land, dwells from those certain areas. You got it, bro.
and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, which are the Palestinians of today. And that bastard is, them small hats.
Right.
You know, so they try to come to a resolution, but the Lord gonna cut all them motherfuckers out, man, when He comes back, man. So that land don't belong to neither one of y'all, man.
So let me go back into Joel, unless you got something. Okay, Joel 3 and 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Oh, you were going to bring it out last night in Ezekiel 38. Particularly the point that I'm gonna just speak about, brother ain't got necessarily get it unless you want to go there, but saying how he will put hooks in the jaws of God to, to protect all of other nations on surround. But those are the same countries that are being a guard, that the Russians being a guard unto, that they have deals and business with those other nations in Russia. Okay, so that's showing you their alliances that are coming together, and showing you that that a lot of the West don't want to deal with that. They don't want them dealings. They want them to be struggling. But really, who's struggling now? They're talking about America may have to go into their reserve to help the EU out.
They've been sending oil and resources over there to the EU and Ukraine.
Yep, and Ukraine.
Yeah.
So, but my point was, you can still connect the prophecies with that situation, on how it's all lining up in modern current events.
And bro, it's similar to how Esau divided Jacob, the 12 tribes. He divided us and said, you're black and Latino, all these different bywords. Same thing they're doing with the nations.
Yep.
They're dividing these nations, so because they know, just like Israel, once we're together, we're stronger.
Yep.
These nations, once they come together and make deals of commerce and military deals, they're stronger, and they can eventually overtake America. So with America being in between all their dealings, that like it divides them. You know?
So that's in the book of the Art of War, Divide and Conquer, man.
Yeah.
Classic war tale. First thing they did was break up the Soviet Union. But why didn't NATO disperse right then? Actually, NATO got stronger.
Yeah.
So now they had the what's the other BRICS? What's the other group that Russia had to form?
With the Warsaw, you talking about with the Warsaw Pact?
The Warsaw Pact.
Yeah.
From the Warsaw Pact, they have to come together to now build up to balance back what America and the EU and NATO had done. Okay, so now they're just chess moves back and forth. Now Russia's like, fuck it, I'm going on the offensive right now. Matter of fact, I want my shit back. Right, so this is just showing you in current events that the prophecies are still standing and they're active right now. They're speaking loud and clear. Let me get this, y'all got it. All right, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, as you mentioned earlier. Go on and pass out the missiles, go on and pass out the war instruments, the planes, and all the different stuff that y'all got. Pass it around, pass money over here. So just working, and like the elder was saying last night in the live stream, he was saying how the Most High wants this to be a good battle. He don't just want it to be completely one side. He wants it to be built up and hyped up like any boxing match. It's like a Mayweather fight. When you watch them 24/7s, it looked like the opponent has a chance.
Oh yeah, they always do that.
Man, I think Ricky Hatton has a chance. You know,
all of them seem like they had a chance. Like, man, they might get a lucky punch. You know.
Yeah, but when the fight go down, lucky punch or not, none of that shit matters. Okay, the champ was going to prevail. It says, I'm just using that as an example. Whatever. Anyway, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves round about. And how many thousands of years was this written before now? Before this is actually playing out, right? Thither call thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's Yahweh's possibility we're talking about, Yahweh's judgment.
Okay.
It's that place, right? It says the Fertile Crescent area, right?
Saudi Arabia.
The
Arabian desert.
Yeah. It's perfect field.
Yeah.
It's a battlefield right there. Open, got everything.
Ain't no
right there.
mountains and stuff.
Perfect.
He's setting the stage for the world. Basically, it's a war stage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure there's nothing but smoke. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure all your water,
Yeah,
the
I'm
lakes,
clearing that out.
I'm gonna dry that up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure it's nice and dry for all y'all to roll your tanks and all your
Yeah.
military technology and
No obstacles.
yeah, no obstacles.
So
I'm
you can
gonna
just
move everything
fight.
out of the way
Yeah.
so y'all
Clear-
can handle
clear
that.
out all
Yeah,
the,
clear all the
clear out
tables and
rooms,
shit.
tables and
Yeah.
chairs, and we can get down in the middle.
Right.
And that's pretty much the middle of the earth anyway. If you really look at it, the center of the earth.
And I always say this is spiritual because that was where the beginning
Yeah.
of the world began.
So
you know,
how we feel at the end is different.
time.
How do we
Exactly.
feel?
You know, that's what I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Like, it says, it says, for there will I sit to, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great, and everything has beautifully come manifested into this moment. All the things that have been going on, the spy film, microfilm, everybody has what they need for this war to be the right type of war, to be the final world's war. And most importantly, for the angels to come and get involved, for the Lord to have to come down and get involved, for the elect to be wakened up and to alert the elect of the people, for everything to be judged in this one major event. Okay, and this is the prophecy that we speak of. We have to speak about this because a lot of our people can't see the fact that this place will change, that the earth will change the way it's been ran. That something major has to happen to get it set up on righteousness now. I mean, how long do you people want to be on the bottom? You're talking about you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you Israelites out there. How long y'all want to be in the worst positions? Okay? So for you to get out of this position, it has to be a major, powerful, celestial, great moment that only the Heavenly Father could make happen.
Something out of this world.
Hey, the
Something out of
brother
this-
just sent the video earlier. That woman was like, man,
Yeah.
World War III need to pop off already. You know?
Yeah.
So, for the most part, people are ignorant to the fact that something big is coming of biblical proportions. A war that's never been seen before. But people also, she said low key, a lot of us, we want the shit to end already.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because she wanted to go back to normal.
Yeah.
Let's get it over with so I can go back to living comfortable. And,
Yeah.
that was her mindset.
I don't want to have
Be
to
a-
worry
be a
about
woman
paying
again.
bills.
I ain't gotta pay bills.
Go
no
to
more.
work.
I ain't gotta go to work.
You know?
It'll be a little dangerous, but I'll get through that.
Say YOLO.
Right.
Hey, YOLO. You know.
You know? So yeah, like people are ignorant, but back in the back of their head, at the same time, people want the shit to end already, and they know it's gonna take something like this to end it, to end this madness.
Yep.
You know, World War III.
And if you really want to get down into what it's really going to take, it's going to take a second death. Really.
Heavy judgment.
Heavy judgment to where, like you had that queued up, Genesis the 6th chapter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the point that we're at, where to change, you got to eradicate the wicked off the planet, man. They got to go so the righteous can have the position and the power to affect those that are worthy to be here still.
Really, that woman is like an example of the creation groaning. She just don't got the full understanding.
Right.
What's really about to happen.
And she really wants to go back to where they got OnlyFans and they got, nail salons and all this other shit. We talking about ancient way, going back to the word of ancient. But you're exactly right. We want to go to a level that she ain't really prepared for. That little bit of danger is the least of what was coming.
And it ain't,
She's thinking.
it ain't no little.
Nah.
It ain't nowhere near a little bit of danger. It's
Nah.
This whole setup that our people have been accustomed to and used to. Once this place is done, ain't no returning to that. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a thing of the past.
Exactly.
There ain't gonna be no OnlyFans. There ain't gonna be no shopping malls.
Right.
There ain't gonna be no sugar daddies. There ain't gonna be none of that shit going on. It's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth.
That's right.
All right, where you women are gonna have to be, you're gonna be totally in line. You're gonna be in order. All right. The scriptures even talk about how the women. Was that in Isaiah the 4th chapter? We always go into the first chapter where it talks about 7 women shall take hold of one man. Read further down.
Yeah.
A lot of these women, they're gonna have to get burnt up. That's just what's gonna have to happen. They got to go through the spirit of burning, man. And she didn't mention that part in her video. The scriptures say, "Who can abide the day of the Lord, man?"
And woe unto you that
Desire the day of the Lord. For what good is in it for you?
Yeah. So the day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah.
So she was like, she don't know. She unknowingly she just wants to be put to death, man.
Yeah, she wanted to be real quick
You know?
and easy.
Put me out of my misery type. You know? That's what she was asking for. Cause people are groaning, people are tired of this. You know? But people are wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she didn't say that.
Yeah.
You know? People are wicked. So yes, this was coming. It's gonna purify the earth, and it's gonna judge you people, man. It's gonna burn you people up. You know? That's what it's gonna take to cleanse the earth from all the wickedness that's been polluting it. You know?
Who's
I had the brother grab something.
Genesis 6, right?
It's Genesis 6, but I also had him grab
2 Peter 3:10.
Bible shop.
This is the book of 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works.
The Lord coming as a thief in the night.
Yeah.
So it's like that day is gonna come when you're not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on your regular daily scheduled program, whatever you think you're gonna do that day, and it's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
When they shall say peace and safety.
When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction.
Sudden destruction. Sudden is like a thief in the night. So like,
Yeah. And these people right now, they're clueless. They sense that something is wrong, and they seeing, these different so-called woes that's taking place, but they still don't understand the gravity and the severity of the time that we're really headed for, man.
Right, and that's going to happen in the last days, because what Joel also says in the Acts, the Lord says He's going to pour upon His Spirit among all flesh.
Yep.
Your sons shall prophesy. Your women, you said
So dreams.
Your father dreams, something like that. Yeah. Prayer.
Sons and daughters.
The Lord's putting that warning in people.
So that's why it's gonna hit harder when it's happening.
Yeah.
Damn, I had a dream about this.
Yeah.
Whenever this was, so it's not gonna be like it's the same like Esau's doing with that was it gradualism, where he kind of show you before
Predictive program.
predictive program.
Yeah.
Most High is doing a righteous predictive program.
Yeah.
By putting you into a 3D situation in a dream to where you're living it, and now when the shit come to pass, you're gonna be back into it.
And on top of that, like you said, not only are they having these visions and dreams, but they're coming across the men on the highways and hedges.
Yep.
You know, this is gonna be the biggest I told you so. Cause it's like, okay, I thought they were joking. You know,
Because these rumors, these wars, and these rumors of wars are out more and more. Now you hear it more and more and more. North Korea's testing missiles. America's testing missiles. Russia's firing ballistic missiles. That's all you hear on the news now. So, yeah, it's repetitive, and now people, they hear it all the time. They hear the prophets, so it goes into their mind, and they have visions, man. The Lord puts visions in your head through hearing the words, and then He could just automatically put visions in your head if He wants,
ladies, the Lord
Dreams.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what He can do. But yeah, through repetitiveness, these people just keep hearing the wars, man, because that's all we hear, war.
War and pestilence.
It's crazy. It's repetitive, but they still don't get it.
Yeah.
They
try to tune it out.
They try to tune it out, saying those times are far off. Esau's before that, for a while they were hiding, and now they're boldly telling you.
Yeah.
You know, Russia's doing this. Like his brother was saying, North Korea's doing this, but people tuning it out. They're not in tune with the spirit. They don't understand that we're coming to a time where it's going to be a change of power. And when there's anytime there's a change of power, whether it was the Persians and the Medes to the Greeks to the Romans, it was bloodshed, it was war. All right, and this transition coming from this wicked world, Esau's world, unto the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be forever. Man, the whole world is going to move out of course. Everyone is going to be shaken up, even us. But we got the spirit of the Lord on us that to keep us calm in the knowledge and the wisdom that to keep us stable and level-headed during these times. But hey, people don't understand. Like, man, it's like a super big transition that we can't even that the scriptures can't even really put into words of what the fuck is really about to take place.
Let me say this. You said them, constantly putting, the idea of war and, all these reports of these different apocalyptic phenomenon that you see happening in the world, all these different events, is repetitive for a reason.
Yeah.
And mainly it's for the nation of Israel. They need to hear this. The gospel got to go through the four corners of the earth before the end should come. All right, and think back to the time of Noah. Noah had over 100 years to warn them about how the Lord's going to flood this place. And throughout that whole time period, which 100 years, that's a pretty long time for in our eyes, right? He was out there warning them for a long ass time, and just imagine that's a long ass time to endure a bunch of scoffers,
Niggas, bro.
Niggas, demons, people fucking with you, people saying, "Are you lying? You tripping? You crazy? You bugging out?"
And he was building.
And while he was building something, they thought he was crazy.
Hey, that's like, it kind of reminds me of when we were building the temple again, and you had to have you got motor in your one hand and worried about niggas. That's the same thing as Noah went through. You don't think niggas was trying to fuck with Noah, put hands on him because he was building this ark and prophesying at the same time? Same thing with the thing. Yeah.
I got preaching. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 22. Actually, I started 1. Whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling, whose service is conversant in wind and fire, whose word is true and sayings constant, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful. So the same prophecies over and over again being brought out.
God, because that, like you said, this has to go out. All these rumors, all this repetitiveness, is for the elect to wake up. Because it's through the fear of the Lord that the elect are waking up. Through all this chaos that's going on in the world, the pestilences, the wickedness, the wars, or the water shortages, the food shortage. There's just so much happening that the elect hear this, see this, and it's something in them that was already in them. The Lord lights that sparks back up, and it puts the fear in you. It puts the fear in you to search it out, like, man, like, shit, something really about to happen.
Hey, every man out here could easily, and y'all tuning in, I believe too, could easily go back and recount the moment that you took this truth seriously. What happened right before that? You realized you was done. You were through. You had nothing else. You had no answer for what you start to see happening in the earth, or something that you heard. Like, damn, if that shit really happened, I'm finished. What am I gonna do? Until you had that serious moment with yourself of understanding, like, unless I turn to God and He helped me, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to convince the gainsayers. We're here to what does it say in 2 Corinthians?
Persuade men.
Yeah, we're here to persuade men.
I used to think in the world, like, just get tired of this shit. I was like, fuck it, man. I just kill everybody. We need to have a whole reset. Not knowing that it was a way out of it, though.
Right.
It's like, man, okay, if the Lord made to destroy this shit, I don't give a fuck if I gotta die in it. I'm just tired of this shit, tired of these people.
Yeah.
But then you come into the truth, you realize like, okay, that's how you felt, but shit, it's a way out of this. It's a way to escape, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, so we know it's coming. It's just a
Can I hit this right? Yeah. Let me hit this real quick because he had it to go right now. It says Revelation 18:21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." So that's the level that woman we was talking about a moment ago doesn't understand is coming. She don't know that great violence will have to happen for this whole place. She's thinking go back and America will be the same. She'll still live in whatever city she do. Go back to work or find her a husband that'll be a good man now.
she'll think she'll survive
Yeah.
World War III.
Oh, whatever is going on. No, that's not what the scriptures is talking about. Unless you're of the elect, you're not making it off America, man. Babylon the Great.
She obviously don't know about Jacob's trouble either.
Right.
Before the destruction.
Right. So whatever y'all brothers have.
Go ahead, bro, because he had me holding something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You got it. No, you got it.
It was going back.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 29. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another,
Yeah.
one people against another,
Yeah.
and one realm against another."
That's a heavy level that she just didn't understand that's about to happen. I don't want to say it this way, but just for the people that to understand it, it's about to be the war of God versus Satan, so to speak. You know? But
This is that- This is that war that Christians think already happened, and
Yeah.
Satan gathered some angels,
Bro,
you know, and they fought against God.
it's like
You know?
it's like the picture you see with the most high arm wrestling Satan and shit.
Get the fuck out of here. The fucking red pitchfork.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
You
out.
know, so this is that fight. Yeah, people are expecting, for the most part, people are expecting World War III to happen anytime. They just, you know,
Yeah.
they want to put it off, but they know eventually it's going to happen. But they're not ready for that realm to open up,
Right.
that spiritual realm to come through,
Yeah.
and the angels come through.
Angels,
They're-
demons,
You best to believe
brains.
this shit is finna get raw, man.
Man.
They ain't ready for that.
The death of the queen, they did a major ritual. The left hand side, they finna get this shit popping, man.
Yeah.
Did you see the
They gotta
goat
make
leading
sure.
the procession?
Yes.
See that shit?
Yeah, I saw it go.
Highly satanic, man.
Yeah, but they just had ball.
They just opened CERN a month ago.
Couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They letting all
And
these
before
demons
before she died, they projected images of the queen at the Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The Stonehenge. You know what they did at the Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know.
So they're finna get help, which is just gonna be the last time they get that help.
Yeah.
They're gonna get help from the left hand spirits, and it's gonna be, what was that, Revelation 12 and 12, the devil coming down with great wrath, man, because he know that he have but a short time.
He gonna go all.
He's gonna go all out, man.
When we always talk about this time that we're coming into, what they call fall time, but we know it's a heavy demonic time where around Halloween, these wicked ass holidays, you got a lot of witchcraft, left hand energy being pushed out in the world, and these devils is behind the scene. They working. They putting up sacrifice. They praying. You know, they going to the Bohemian groves and shit like that. They're putting a lot of spirits and demons out there. They just had that big ass orgy shit in Arizona. You would build a lesson on. What do you think that's doing? That's they're conjuring up demons. You know, to go forth in the world to try to pollute your minds even more and distract you with what really is going on.
Yep.
They're going to use that with these holidays that's coming up. These holidays, because the past couple of years, it's kind of been you know, because of C-19, but they about to go all out.
Yeah, this is
You know-
like the first people feel comfortable. I
Yeah.
can tell.
Remember we seen that the video, brother put the video out with the demons going through the crowd. They're gonna be demons going through the crowds at these fucking Black Friday sales, Christmas parties, all that shit.
A lot of spirits are created for vengeance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot of these demons are going to be hopping on the people to take vengeance on other people, man.
Yeah.
You know? And nobody, these people are unaware. They're unaware of that. You know, they don't have that eyesight to see what's really going on. You know, like that movie They Live. You know, they don't have those spiritual glasses to see what's going on. You know, they're following the multitude to do evil.
Yep.
It just seems in this society like it's just a norm. Which is
I got a precept. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 25. For I am the Lord. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in the days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and I will perform it, saith the Lord power. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is many days to come. And he prophesieth of times that are afar off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power.
we go back to that.
Yeah. Because really, Israel's, their mindset was, well if the Lord said it, we sure that it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen in our time.
Yeah, in our lifetime.
It's not going to happen. They want to push off that day because they want to push the evil away. They don't want to accept that, hey, evil is going to happen in your time, in your generation. You're going to be snared in it because you are the generation that's rebelling against it. All right? You're that generation that he's bringing back for that major judgment. Okay? Was that in Ecclesiastes 9? Where it compares a man being trapped in a snare like a fowler taken in a net, or a fish. It's like a fish in an evil net. You got that?
Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. It says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken
Ecclesiastes 8 and 5.
in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Just like that. You don't even know what just caught you. You don't even realize like you're being.
How did 2 billion or whatever the number got caught with the C-19 jab? How did that? If you get caught by that
12.
obvious shit, how much more of this gonna catch you?
Yes.
Because you're not looking for this. They told you that they was about to do that. Now they ain't even gonna, they just gonna spring the shit. It's gonna be too late.
Yeah. It's gonna catch you people, man. While you just constantly distracted, right? Psyop after psyop. You know, keeping up with the latest Hollywood scandal.
Yeah.
What latest rap beef between two whack-ass, trash, garbage rappers? You know?
Yeah. It's going to eventually end in bloodshed by both of them.
Yeah.
A lot of these nigga rappers is, you know, they days is numbered.
A lot of people will quit their career.
That's where your mind is at.
Yeah.
You're just completely just gone, just distracted, man. You know? You're distracted with the football season.
Yep.
That's all Jake talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
These niggas is gone.
They're gone.
They like that shit. Like it's every year it's the same shit,
They
man.
act like they play on the fucking team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to watch it and be entertained, but these motherfuckers act like they
They
fucking
personal lives.
putting on a helmet and pads and fucking going out and playing and shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're completely gone. Man.
The word
There's the Roman Empire, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the word is vicarious.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers is vicarious to these guys,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And when you look at like the Stephen A. Smiths and all those announcers, the sports radio, I hate that shit or whatever, the sports talk shit, because they make you concerned about shit that don't fucking matter. I don't care if he's pregnant. I don't give a shit, man. Go out and get them touchdowns, bro. Or turn the shit off, you know, but who cares?
Yo, what tripped me out sometimes when they got the NFL draft,
Yeah.
motherfuckers get pumped up to that for that like they about to start playing.
Yeah.
Bro,
That shit is like
we're
yo,
4-3. I hope we get him.
they just had that shit out here. It was just, they shut down the whole fucking strip of that
Some of
stupid
these
shit.
motherfuckers ain't even play football in their whole life.
Yeah.
You know?
But know
High
everything,
school.
bro. Know all the stats.
Yeah, they love
all
their
the personal
team.
information.
They love their team more than they love their
These
families.
niggas would be mad a whole week.
You know?
Yeah, the team
Oh,
lost,
lost,
man.
yeah. I believe we
just-
lost to them.
Just a bunch of idol worshippers, man.
Fucking Drake, man. It's fucking.
They destroying TVs if they team
yeah, yeah.
lose.
Yeah.
Niggas crying and shit. You know, what the fuck?
This is parallel to the Roman Empire. You know, this was one of the things that was happening back then when Rome was collapsing.
Yep.
That was distracted.
They,
was distracted back then.
they had to
Greater
increase
circuses.
the circus. You know, they had to increase more circus out there because people were losing money. You know, their
Your currency was being
Exactly.
devalued. The whole Roman Empire was being deconstructed, just like America's being deconstructed.
Yep. Every level, bro.
To keep the people at bay so that they don't, rebel, they have to keep them distracted with entertainment, distractions, man.
entertainment.
And that distraction, entertainment, whether it be sports, it's going to be a snare unto all these people. Because eventually they're going to be so involved in this sports and bullshit and their folly that when Esau comes and says, okay, we're implementing this new system, it's either this system or
you can't watch
or you
the
can't
game,
or you
these
can't
simple ass
can't go to the game, can't watch the game,
Yeah.
you can't participate. What are these people going to do? They're going to say, well, fuck it, man,
You gotta do it. Anyway.
we already paid for the tickets.
Right.
It's stupid ass niggas, man.
Yeah.
And these Northern Kingdom too. We can't leave them out, but we go down to Judah because they the head tribe.
Oh, the kids get it in soccer.
Oh hell yeah, they'll fight your ass.
Ephraim,
They kill you.
Ephraim is, what's it say? Ephraim is to idols. And what
Oh,
is
giving
it?
up the idols,
Join
join
the
the
idols,
idols.
let them alone.
Man. No, the kingdom way bug out.
I got something real quick. Isaiah 1 and 3.
Hold that real quick. I call for that brother to get Ecclesiastes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Ecclesiastes 8:5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
Read that again.
Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. All right. So that's why the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, because they're keeping up with the scriptures say, and they're knowing that there's evil that's getting ready to come. So there's a certain spirit that these men are going to be in, discerning the time, man. These people in the world, that's what they don't have. Basically, just in gross darkness. That's why the scriptures tell us, let us put off. Was that in Romans 13? I think it's like 12.
Yeah. Right before.
Somebody get that. And also it says in Thessalonians, let us not sleep as do others. Let us
We're the
watch
children of the day,
and
not of the night.
let us watch and be sober. These people are they're not sober, man. They're asleep in darkness. When you're so intoxicated, your awareness levels is totally off. You don't know what the hell is going on around you, man. You trying to make out what the hell is going on, trying to keep balance.
Yeah. And these people, they always gonna try to counsel themselves into normalizing what the fuck is going on, like it's just gonna balance itself back out to how it was.
That's that normalcy bias.
Like a drunk driver.
Yeah,
Before
you overcompensate.
before the Lord woke us up, we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Right.
You know? So it's a beautiful thing that the Lord endow us with His Spirit, a prophecy, to understand what's going on.
Yep.
But as it says also, when you get wisdom, the first beginning of wisdom is the desire of discipline. We desire to have a boundary. We desire to want to make changes in our lives to escape the things that are coming. We needed a direction.
hey, we were fools, but we were wise enough to want to know,
Yeah.
you know, because
And to make action with it.
because you if you're in the world and you don't have the desire, you're not wise enough to understand, to discern the times, you're gonna continue to be stuck in that realm, man.
Also, you're not moved with fear. You don't
Exactly.
You
It's
don't,
foolish.
yeah, you don't think that something could happen. Something will happen.
Yeah, I seen it. I don't know. It looked like a bag.
You got something,
I
right?
got that Romans. This is Romans chapter 13.
You want to start at 11?
Yep, and start at 11. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation."
That's not
Yeah.
no bag.
That's a
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's
It's
not
like,
no bag.
you know how we thought it was a bag last
Yeah,
time?
that's not no bag.
There's a bag called the eye.
That's too hot. That's a big ass bag if needed.
Yeah.
Kitchen bag.
It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed."
We've been prophesying about all these other events, these tokens, if you will, these signs
Okay.
that will come to pass in the time that our salvation will come. And now the prophecies are speaking, showing us how close we are. All right? So you got it, though.
Verse 12, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day."
So this is what we're out here doing. We're out here trying to show you how to put on that armor of light and how to cast off the works of darkness, that you can earn your salvation. And I like to use that word because it's a works thing and faith thing, but you have to have those works to put on that armor of light, man. Okay, the wisdom of it. All right, that's the only way. If you don't have that armor on, you ain't getting salvation. If you in darkness, you're not getting it, man. Okay, so that's to be understood, but he's about to go deeper into it.
It says, "Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof."
Yeah. That's really when your focus is just on the pleasure of your flesh, you can't really see outside of that. So if that's all you're focused on, your awareness, you don't even realize that Satan is all around you, and he's taking advantage. He's playing on that, man. And our people, that's where they're stuck. They're stuck right in the flesh,
Why do you think there's so many avenues for pleasure in the earth right now?
man.
To keep you out of the spirit and in the flesh, because this devil can control you through your flesh. Okay, and that's what we're fighting. This is the battle that goes right back to the breakdown that Paul was talking about, the battle of the flesh and the spirit.
That's right.
So, man.
Nah, man.
So that's the point. So he can control you. All you that's gonna be in the flesh, you're gonna take that mark, man. Don't take the charisma, man, because you don't see any benefit spiritually, because you're not looking in the spirit. You only see what your flesh is gonna achieve or come across. That's why they got all these brain shifts where you were paraplegic, now you can walk. All these different scenarios that only work in your flesh, missing the point that they can cut your shit off. Now you got the devil ruling over your flesh, and your spirit don't have a chance now. Okay, now is to get your body, your spirit in obedience while you have control over both, barely. All right? add a word the brother said for
Honesty.
honestly, which is euskemone.
That's the root word of honesty.
Yeah, the root word, right? It
Yeah.
says an elegant figure, shapely, graceful, calmly, bearing oneself becomingly in speech or behavior, a good standing,
Yeah.
honorable, influential, wealthy, respectable. And we are wealthy in the spirit. That's where you gotta earn your riches, your treasures in heaven, not upon earth where moth and rust corrupt and come and thieves break through and steal.
Gone. And it said, honestly, of good standing.
Yep.
And that's according to what standard? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's, man.
Right. But to have a good standing with the Most High, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Right. Noble is another word. Yep.
Honestly.
Yep. Well,
I got some. This is on Ephesians 5. I don't know if I should start at 11 or shorter. I was gonna read 14 down. Yeah, I'll start at 11. It says, "And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness."
That's this world. Everything in this world is dark. And we have the light up here. The light is shining. The light is His truth. The light is Yahweh Shai. But everything else in this world is dark and wicked. And
Yeah.
that's what our people really don't understand. They try to, and even the ones that do understand, they try to have one foot in, one foot out. It don't work like that. Either you all the way into the light, or you want to keep your ass in that darkness.
That's why it says this is the condemnation. That light is the world.
Amen.
Man love darkness.
Rather than light.
the other
Rather
one,
than light.
a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, because we're talking about 1 foot, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
It's going to corrupt the other.
The scripture say you cannot serve two masters. Either you will hate one and love the other.
Go.
Can't serve the Most High and Mammon.
An unstable man, a double-minded man throughout is unstable in all his ways.
And that's what Jake thinks. Like, we're speaking of the ones that know about the truth. It's like, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 out and think when the calamities come, when Jacob's trouble come, you can just turn on the switch. Like, oh, let me turn on my Hebrew light switch and I'm all the way in. I'm that. No, it don't work like that.
Super Israelite.
Yeah, you super Israelite now. You know, you like the apostles always say, you done dusted off your garments,
Yeah.
and now you back out there teaching because you see the prophecies coming to pass. It don't work like that. You know, you just can't turn the switch on and off. You just can't turn your faith on and off.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna turn my faith at 50% right now, but when the calamities come, when the plagues come, I'm gonna turn it up to 100. It don't work like that. You gotta be
100 the whole time.
exactly.
Because you might not be able to turn it back on.
Because the thing about it is, like the brother quoted earlier, the Lord's going to come like a thief in the night. So if He's coming like a thief in the night, you always got to be ready.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just,
Can't be asleep.
Exactly.
Can't be asleep.
You just can't just sit in darkness and think like, oh, let me jump in the light right now. No, it don't work like that. Either you all the way in or you not. So
It says, I'm just going to keep it short and jump down to 14. It says, "Wherefore He saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil."
There it is.
Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. The only way you're gonna know is if you keep your watchers on, if you keep your spiritual eyes on, keep that light, keep that armor on at all times. Hey, imagine what if when you had your armor on, that get Ephesians 6 real quick, so that you could the fiery darts of the wicked.
Yeah,
You know, right
points.
there in the 6th chapter.
Yep.
Hey, what if you go to doze off a minute, because there's nothing going on, and somebody snipe you because you
Yeah.
took the armor off. You gotta keep that armor on,
Hey,
man.
even physical sleep.
Right,
You know?
right.
We was talking about that last night, bro.
Brother Spirit, stay on.
Yeah.
You be asleep, you hear your thing go, somebody sending something this hour, it must be something good. You got it?
About the fire.
Yeah. But it's talking about the armor right around you. Where's it, fire darts?
Ephesians.
The fiery darts is right.
So is it talking about before that?
Fiery darts of the wicked.
So
are
start up
16.
at
Start at like 10.
yeah, 10 is usually good, yep.
So Ephesians 6 and 10, it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might."
Because we didn't talk about prophecy Okay? And we always want to follow up with an exhortation of what this is leading you and what to do when you see these prophecies coming and how to clean yourself up and the type of spirit you should be in. That's why the exhortation comes a lot of time after the prophecies. Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Yeah. Well, we got what that word wiles went into, but the schemes.
Trickery.
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, wiles is from the Hebrew word methodia,
Method.
which the root word method, dealing with his craft, his cunning, craftiness, his trickery, his strategies. You know, and we know he's a master of craft.
Trickster.
He's a trickster,
Master deceiver.
deceiver. You know, through his he got many different tactics, man. He does it through his enchantments.
Yep.
You know, his mainstream media, repetition of certain narratives. You know, imagery, symbols, coded hidden messages, numerology, double speak.
Beautiful. The type of level of trickery you're talking about is more spiritual.
Yeah.
He does physical shit too, but it's good because the greater war is spiritual, which this is going to get into.
Yeah, he used his wiles to get you people to take the sticks, the little pricks, man.
Hey, most of y'all
The
took
venom, the death serum, I'm gonna call it.
most of the people took it without actually seeing the case happen.
Yeah.
See somebody get sick off of whatever, and you automatically was told or believed that was it. So you all ran out as soon as they had it ready. But that whole time, they kept building up, telling you, these many people died, these many people were infected, these new cases, this and that. And you just kept being bombarded
They
until
had
you
you.
tuning in
They had you.
to the news.
They had you in fear. They had you terrified. And they know if as long as they keep you in that fear, they can keep you under control. And we was doing all type of tests, showing how far ahead these devils were to you people. You could type in any number of cases on Google, and there would be an article that would pop up.
About that many cases.
About that many cases.
Any random number.
And you can pick any number, any 3-digit number, and they had an article for it.
This many new cases.
Yeah, that was all part of his schemes, his wiles, man.
I was telling my brother yesterday, like, you can see Esau and these gooks, they still got masks. But you see a Jake with the mask still on, you know that nigga's bugged out, man.
Yeah.
Bugged the fuck out.
And like the elder said yesterday on the live, man, to really fool the majority of the world and scare them into believing this shit, man, that's high level witchcraft.
High level.
That's not a small thing, man. To pull it off.
Yeah.
But remember, before this shit even came, there was a lot of predictive programming about how this was going to happen. You had a like a model show. I don't know what I forget the name of the show.
Olympics was one
Yeah,
of
it was
them.
the Olympics.
That was another event where they had the people come out and it was like a ritual.
Yeah.
With the syringe.
With the big ass syringe and the people in the death beds and shit.
Yeah.
You know, but it was you had a model that came out and her name was Corona.
Yeah.
Bro, when we was watching that boxing match, the ref name,
Yeah.
his last name was Corona, bro.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen that nigga before, bro.
Mike Tyson, Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another Red and Circus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red and Circus to keep you niggas.
That was all type of witchcraft that was hidden right up under your nose.
And now what's funny about that Rey Corona, I believe in Spanish, Rey is a king, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. King Corona right there.
Corona means
Put
king
the whole
too.
shit.
Yeah.
It means
Crown.
crown.
Yeah, it showed you the whole shit right there.
Yeah.
So we just showing you that spiritually, don't get me wrong, he does all types of other psychological shit, getting behind Jake, have Jake all nervous. I said, why you swerving me? Because you scared me with the bright ass light behind. All that type of shit. But more so the witchcraft that he's putting on you spiritually. He's changing these TVs and smartphones and computers and shit, sends out a vibration that sends a certain energy towards you also, transmits certain patterns, like Morse code basically to your spirit, to your nervous system.
Putting demons on you.
Demons, bro.
You know?
All of this stuff is happening against you.
Can't sleep at night, tossing and turning. You know, because you're on your damn phone all day. You know, watching wicked shit. So at
Colors
night,
and
you
light
know?
flashes and all this shit is fucking with you.
I seen something on TikTok where they put steel wool around the cell phone, and they called it, and the wool around it, and shit caught on fire.
Ah, damn.
Shit.
Yeah, more, man.
Yeah, this brother had a quick precept to say.
Look up a little bit.
Book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7, and it says, make no tarry to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Yeah. That's why you gotta, going back to what the brother read, you gotta redeem the time. That time is getting closer and closer, man. It's gonna come like a thief in the night. You ain't gonna have no time. All right? You're just gonna get caught up. So really, it would be more wise to waste no time.
Yeah.
Turning to the Lord and putting on the whole armor. Okay? This devil, he's finna turn up in this last quarter, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to get these demons off you. It ain't
Yeah.
as easy as it once was. The type of demons that happen on people now, it's take a while, and that getting them off will never get you to where you need to be to put that armor on fully.
Yeah.
Because you gotta take these demons off. Niggas got pork demons, got fucking
We
lust
adultery demons.
Yeah, all idol demons, all kind of shit, bro. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Drug, crystal
Yeah.
meth,
Cocaine.
cocaine, weed.
I don't care if it's legal. That's a demon to a lot of you people.
Yeah.
Smoking it and everything.
So makes it legal, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas, man.
No, it ain't all right.
Bunch of
Alcohol,
pillheads.
pills,
Hennessy, all that bullshit, man.
puts a certain vibration and spirit and energy on
Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what they
That's why
say.
the scriptures say to be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking
Whom he may
devour.
devour.
That's right, bro. You got to be sober. When it means to be sober, it means to be aware that you're in a spiritual battle.
Yep.
That at any turn, Satan can pull a counter
Yep.
it. Yeah.
and try to knock you away from off the path of following Yahweh Shai, man. And it could be in the form of anything that you're weak to. You know, you gotta be quickly. I'm trying to think of the term. Basically, you gotta have acumen, man.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to judge quickly.
You gotta flee from sin as from the face of a lion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? Immediately. You gotta
Exactly.
rebuke that demon. Hey, man. You know?
You can't tell you, bro. That's the difference.
You know?
Yes.
And we're all faced with that on a daily. You know? Sometimes we fall, but hey, a righteous man falls seven times, but he gets back up, man. You know?
To go back into that.
It's a constant struggle. Yeah, back in Ephesians 6 and verse 12, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world."
And that's why we were saying, yeah, this physical shit this devil's doing, but more so the spiritual parts. That it's inception. If you understand what that means, meaning when you see the movie Inception and that the understanding of that word Inception, you put a thought in your mind that you thought you originated.
Yeah.
That's the demons that this man put on you. You didn't realize he had, I forgot the word you said, but he built you up to want to take that JAB by predictive programming months, even years possibly before the shit came. So when you start seeing it, when you seeing fights, and then after you start seeing all this shit, what you gonna think?
Yeah, cause
Let me go to the names that I trust.
then you become bombarded by it.
Yep.
You know.
Johnson.
Johnson and
How the
Johnson.
fuck they come with baby powder and
Yeah,
shit?
baby powder.
Now they got a motherfucking shot.
Bro, and then how Esau administered it. You can go get your shit at Walmart.
Anywhere, bro. Pull up to a random trailer,
Yeah.
and they got it, bro.
They had this shit at like sporting events.
Yeah.
You know,
To get in, you gotta have it.
You gotta have it, or they had the booth set up there.
And a lot of people were scared into submission by these numbers
Yep.
of deaths, and there was like 3,000 people a day, you know. And then a lot of other people were scared into submission because their jobs, you know, you might not be able to
Lose your
work,
job.
you know, you might not be able to receive certain benefits. So
It'll make it easier to deal with it if you do catch it.
So if the brainwashing didn't work, then the pressure on your everyday livelihood,
Oh yeah.
well, that is gonna work, you know.
He was even giving you incentives.
Yeah.
He incentivized
Look
you
at these
to
donuts.
Donuts,
let's get these
beer,
burgers,
Fries.
fries,
Oh,
get these donuts,
strip club.
free
lap dance.
education,
Yeah.
free tuition and shit.
Yeah.
You can win the lottery.
Yeah.
You have a chance to win the lottery. You don't even win it. You get a chance.
Yeah.
You had, I don't know if it was in Sweden. It was one of them European countries where even
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
brothels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was like, we'll give you
Doing them in there.
discounts.
Yeah.
You,
Free job.
you get you a woman. We give you a discount if you prove you got the shot.
It was like Amsterdam or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, man.
It was somewhere.
Pull up a fake card.
That shit got crazy, man.
Print that shit out on home.
Wow.
Yeah. But that shows you there's not a level this devil won't stoop to.
Yeah.
If you,
To get his agenda flowing, man.
if you have any vices that in this world, Esau is going to attach his agenda to them.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, whether we always talk about Vegas, how it's hard to live out here if you got any type of vices, whether it's gambling, women, drugs, drinking, and Esau knows that. The devil knows what you like and what you don't like. That's why they got shit like called cookies on your on your internet browser. So they know what you like and don't like. So this devil's gonna attack those specific things. This nigga likes sports. This nigga likes to buy shoes, or he likes women, or he likes to go out and party. So we're gonna attack that. We're gonna, hey, if you can't get in this club that so and so is gonna be Little Baby or one of these nigga rappers gonna be performing at, unless you got the whatever. What do you think these niggas gonna do? They're gonna line up to get it. Right, exactly. The piece that, whatever it is. That's why the scripture says, love not the world, neither the things that are in this world. Because everything in this world is tainted, and it's gonna destroy you. It's destroyed our people. Look at our people. The nigga woman dumpster diving for weed.
Yeah.
Imagine if these gooks was giving out free weed for shots.
Yeah.
You know, shit, nigga woman would be lined up around the corner.
They took the kids.
They be in line like they going in a goddamn concert, just for hair. So if you got a vice in this world, you better get rid of it, because Esau's going to attack you with that vice.
Which is why, I think Yahweh Shai is the one that said it. They are in the world, but not of the world.
Yeah.
We are still dealing with this shit on earth, but we're not to be connected to the things of the earth. So when all of this stuff goes away, it ain't gonna move us off this truth.
Yeah, the Lord said that when you come to serve Him, let every man deny himself. You got to deny your life. He that seek to save his life shall lose it.
Yeah.
But he that seek to lose his life for my sake shall gain it eternal. You know, if that's embedded in your mind, this devil can't do nothing with you. There's nothing he can do against you. Because he already know he can't bribe you with nothing.
That you gotta understand. The elect cannot be bought. A nigga in the world can be bought, like 10,000, 20,000, 100,000.
Yeah.
You can be bought easily. You can be bought. Niggas be bought with a job. You can't be bought. You can't buy us. I know. We know Esau's gonna come and strip everything away from us. So what? Because we understand that. Who gave us this? Who gave us this knowledge? Who gave us this faith? Yahweh Shem Shai. Who gave us the roof over our head, the clothes on our back?
Yep.
The Lord provided a way for us to get it, for us to obtain it. So He's going to give it to us 100-fold, 1,000-fold. He's going to give it back to us. The Lord takes something away from you. I know brothers got stories of brothers in the truth that have lost jobs because of the truth. What happened? The Most High gave him a better job that allows him to go do the work even more. And that's just on a small level. So the Lord, it's nothing for the Lord, like me and the brother was talking last night, it's nothing for the Lord to make a rich man poor and a poor man rich. And we're not looking for worldly riches in this world. We want the riches that is truth and this knowledge.
Oh, I need the kingdom.
I need
the
the
body.
Yes,
new,
God.
you know,
That's real riches.
Yeah.
That's real. That's what we want to covet
I want to
after.
enjoy my kids.
You can't enjoy your kids in this wicked ass society.
I want health, you know.
But Esau will attack you with your kids. We all love our kids, the ones that have kids. But we know that the Lord, He gave us those kids. So it's nothing for Him to give us our children back with more children.
We got examples of Job.
You just took that right out of my head. Job, that's a prime example, man. Job lost literally everything.
Everyone and everything.
He lost everything,
Yeah.
man.
I bet before Job's wife was down with him like a motherfucker, man. Oh, we got this, and we got our children working for us, and we making abundance. When she hit the fan, what did she say? Well, you cursed the Most High and die already? You know that's a nigga woman, man. Talking
She
shit.
looked like she had a life insurance.
Yeah.
policy. So, you got it.
Oh, I want to joke. I got that.
Okay. You want to hit the precept or you want to joke?
Go ahead.
You want a particular statement?
Get
The first two chapters got an overall, but particular.
No, I was going to have you get the patience of Job in James the 5th chapter. But you can get your precept.
Second Ezra 2 and 26. I'm gonna read down. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not worried, for when the day of trouble and heaviness come, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. Verse 29. My hand shall cover thee, so thy children shall not see hell.
Come on, man.
So the Lord's going, I'm thinking as a man, like brothers that have children, the Lord's gonna give you your children when the time comes, man. For your children to be with you, so they can be delivered out, with you,
Yeah.
Because, in Acts, Cornelius, Cornelius was, he was a servant, faithful servant, gave much alms to the church, and the Lord said He's going to save him and his house. Which basically means his children, man. So there you go, because your children come from you.
Yeah.
If I might add too, we pray that our families will, we be saved as well as our families be saved. But if it have to be that our children have to, be taken from us, we're gonna receive it back 100-fold. Everything that we lose, we're gonna receive it back.
That's what Yahweh Shai said. He promised that.
Yeah, when Peter asked him, right. Everybody got that up.
So, always have, the Lord can take your children from you, but always have that in the back of your mind. Also, you got to be positive about it too.
Right.
I got it.
I have one
y'all
too,
both got something.
back that up. This is Second Ezra, chapter 2, and verse 26.
Yeah, that's the spirit, because that was what he was just reading.
Oh,
Bring it back. No, bring it back out. The spirit wanted to come out again.
It says, as for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. It says, be not wary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Bring it out again.
The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Great.
Yeah, so hey, we all promise, hey, that the Lord is gonna cover us. If we stay loyal, if we stay loyal, He's gonna cover us, and then Lord willing, our children are covered too.
And honestly, man, I'm just to bring balance. I don't know if you want to say something about that. I don't know what you.
I was going to speak on about brother mentioned saving your house.
Yep.
And I had just a precept.
No, you got it.
This is the book of Acts 16 when Paul and Silas were in prison and the angel came and busted him out. It says, but Paul cried, because this was the guard of the prison. I was guarding him. And the keeper of the prison, awaking out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing the prisoners had fled. And the guard was Israelite.
Gonna die anyway.
Yeah, kind. The guard was Israelite working in the Roman Empire. But Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, "Do thyself no harm, for we are all here." Then he called for the light and sprang in and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas and brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" And they said, "Believe on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and thou shalt be saved and thy house." You know? So that's just, example that, you as a man doing the works, keeping your faith, doing the will, like the brother brought out. He said, "I was faith." Remember that vision? Your faith and your calmness and during the time of adversity is gonna spread towards your family. Because as a man, you're the leader of your house. So if your family sees you all shook up and shit, what are they gonna do? They're gonna be even more bugged out. But you being stable minded because you have the knowledge and the wisdom and the faith, you're gonna be able to save your house.
That people shall be willing
Yeah.
in the day of thy power.
No, go ahead.
It's just like, Yahweh likes when we surround ourselves with our children. It goes back to the baby mamas that take them away, He ain't happy about that. Ecclesiastes 24:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Now, the contrast that's beautiful. You said that because those are something that the brother said it could become a vice onto that family man that to be with your kids. So somebody grab Matthew 19. Right? Start up at 27. 27. I think it's 27. It starts with our conversation.
Like the brother said, here we gotta, we gotta be down to lose them, or we gotta follow Yahweh Shai, even if it hurts the hell out of us.
Exactly. And quick testimony, I particularly had to come to the decision, like I had to walk away from my son who's here now. I had to walk away from him.
All praise to Yahweh.
And the spirit was, because the spirit was my son was 3 or something, got up on the table and said, "You go, Daddy, you go be a man." So seeing this come full circle, he out here with me teaching. That was before I was ever in a camp. I was just watching videos, so to see him now, it's amazing. It's called all Yahweh Bashim Shai. But that's how the Most High will work if you stay with Him.
Yeah.
So somebody bring that up.
I know for a fact because when I was about to lose my, you guys kept me strong, man.
Hey,
You guys kept me strong with the word and not 100%, but hey, we can still see our children,
Right.
Even if it's not the way we
never
want
know,
it, but
yeah.
hey,
Still
praise
there.
to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Sorry, bro.
Hit that, bro.
Matthew 19:27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
Yep.
What shall we have therefore?
Yep.
And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Sounds good. Okay, go ahead.
And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold.
So I gave up all of this. I preferred the Most High above all these things. If any of those things came in question against this truth, I had to give those things away. I had to walk away from those things. And the scripture said in Sirach 2, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Yeah. So you'll be tempted to be pulled away from this thing by the things that you possess.
But knowing that scripture that the brother just read, when that time comes, the Lord's going to, bring that to your remembrance. So we always talk about, we're not going to have our Bible, we're not going to have our swords, so it got to be in you. That scripture got to be playing in your head because shit, that's the word of Yahweh Shai. Yeah. Yahweh Shai is speaking to he's speaking to the 12, but ultimately he's speaking to his elect when he spoke that. So if we want to be, you know, Lord willing, we are part of the elect, we got to be thinking, hell, he's talking to us.
Yeah.
He's talking to me that, yeah, I forsake all, but I'm going to get wives, mothers, father, children, 100-fold.
You gotta actually believe that.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah.
Like the
Move
scripture say,
like
he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he
He
is,
is,
and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
right.
So even in that, like if the Lord do take your kids away, keep seeking the Lord, man. Keep fighting, man.
It says, seek ye first the kingdom.
And all these
Yeah.
things shall be added
Things
unto
shall
you.
be
Yeah,
added
don't
unto you.
man. What it say in Romans, man? None of those things shall, you know, separate us from the love of Mashiach, man.
Yep.
No, nothing, man. Even the loss of our children, if need be.
Yeah. And we also know the process of death, the understanding of that with the reincarnation situation, and to die is gain. Think about it. Who wants to go through the shit that we know you gotta go through, and they're not equipped? You know, so if that were to happen, if your mom or whomever or dad or whoever gotta go through these things, hey man, go on and take a seat, man. Lord, when you come back through the loins.
Like the brother said, that regeneration is reincarnation, right?
Yep.
Like you read
Back in the
that.
gene. Yep.
See,
Back in the flesh.
and going back to how the Most High, he respected the faith of Abraham.
Yeah.
You know how brothers, you know, I mean, just being in the flesh, and it's natural that you're gonna have a natural bond, and you're gonna, like your children, that's part of you. So that's.
Yeah.
But look what Abraham was willing to
Yeah.
do to be obedient to the Father.
Yeah.
Isaac, I know
He
you
was-
my favorite
you already
son.
know where
we
I'm
gotta go
going.
talk. We gotta go talk. We
He
gotta
was
go
he was
talk.
he was going to sacrifice
Yeah.
his begotten son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just to appease
Wait, you
and
did
follow
it.
the instruction of his father, man.
Brother.
You know, that's on a whole nother level. You
Yeah.
got to be on a whole nother level, man.
That was,
The Lord is expecting that level of faith from His sons. In order for you to be accounted of that seed,
Yeah.
the faith of Abraham.
Yeah.
You see? So, hey, if you're willing to lose your own family for this thing, that's the faith of Abraham.
And the father of a multitude, right? According to his name. He deserved that. We all get this because of what he was doing. Now, it was set up, but the acts of what Abraham did and the faith of Abraham is why we even got a chance today.
Yeah.
He pretty much kicked all this off.
Man, he walked away from
Everything.
family,
yeah,
wealth, land.
he had it going on in the land
Over
of
there in
Ur.
Yeah. He walked away from all that, believing in the promise, man.
Yeah.
You know,
That was faith. Like you said,
That
that
was
was faith
faith.
right there.
that was faith.
You see, the scriptures also talk about the Most High maketh the way for you to endure it, and even if you don't make a way for you to get out, but you endure, right? And look at what happened when he was obedient unto Yahweh.
Yeah.
You know, instead of Isaac being sacrificed, what happened? He found that ram in the thicket.
Yeah.
You know?
At the last moment.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Showing you that it's all a test.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all a test, man. The Lord can use your wife as a test, your children as a test, your home, everything you own, all that. It could be a test.
That's Hebrews 11 talks about all the like Enoch and the faith that is
Made them
required
righteous,
to
yeah.
please the Most High, you know.
Talked about Moses, how he was able to.
He said, rather than being called the son of Pharaoh's
son of
daughter.
Pharaoh's- yeah.
Chose to suffer a season
Yeah.
with his people.
Yeah.
I got to preach that. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you,
Yeah. Yeah.
but such
common.
as is common to man.
And now what's funny, when I think about this reminds you of things of carnality. Though they may hit you spiritually, you're thinking with a carnal mind if these take you out. But you can overcome these things if you're in the righteous spirit. You got it?
But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
And now that's where your wisdom and discernment got to come in to figure out if it's the spirit, if it's the spirit that's moving, or if it's just a moment of temptation. If you can endure it, you know, you got to discern and use wisdom in these situations. Okay, you have to be able to figure that out. Damn, what's the right move here? Sometimes the right move is to just go through it.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it, man.
sometimes the right move is to stay pat and be patient.
Yep.
You know, it's just the
Patience means to suffer.
Yeah, patience means to suffer. Just the spirit on you in that whatever situation it is gonna guide you.
I just remember how going back to when they was giving these ultimatums, when they was making it at one point mandatory to take that shot.
Yep.
Most of us brothers was like, all right, fuck it. We prepared to lose our jobs and our homes, whatever the fuck about to happen, fuck it.
Yep.
It's just what it is. You know, and brothers was calm, cool, and collective about it.
Yeah.
They wasn't even worried, like, all right, fuck it, fuck that job. You know, whatever happens, it fucking happens. I trust Yahweh Shai in the moment. But what ended up happening?
Yep.
Brothers are still living, brothers still got homes, brothers still eat, you still got your vehicles, you know, we didn't get fucked up by the shots.
And then they
all these other people, they got the shot and still lost everything.
Yeah.
Now they sick.
Some of them dead.
Some of them dropped dead. You have people in the IUIC that went through that.
They said about 20.
Yeah.
You ain't even gotta go to. You don't even get to call off work anymore. Now it's just the common cold.
Everything you're saying.
And Esau goes and says, you don't need to quarantine no more.
Yeah.
No more masks.
No more masks. It's over.
Bro, then he says, oh, it didn't even work.
Yeah.
Same shit we said.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking devils, man.
So you gotta really be thinking about it. You got something?
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah,
Let me finish this real quick.
Let him
Let me finish this.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape that ye may be able to bear it.
So yeah, I was gonna make a point. Now, if anybody remembers, right before Trump let a lot of people out of jail, he opened up a way to make money with this app-based situation where you can start. He was giving grants and loans and shit to people to start their own business. He was encouraging that to kind of kick the economy up. And a lot of brothers went into business for themselves. And that sustained brothers if they had to give up their jobs.
Yeah.
So there was the Most High work through certain situations, certain legislations even, so brothers were able to make it through that situation. Now when the hour of temptation comes, you're gonna have to deny. It ain't gonna be no, the only way is to have with your faith, you know, that's the only thing you're gonna be able to stand on, and the patience of that. You got it, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians 9. I'll get straight to the point, 25. It says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible.
We're doing this for the crown of having that position in the kingdom of heaven, not the corruptible crown on this side, man. We don't want to be high fives on this side and still eat a missile, man. That ain't the point. The point for us is that we endure all of this to make it to that side, man, where we're in dwell with righteousness, man.
You're the man for a second, but you're gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, but you gotta catch a missile.
Yeah, you gotta catch a missile.
No, I don't want to deal with that.
You know, in the NLT, it goes into, being disciplined.
Hey, Lord, yes. Read that verse. Read that.
It says in the NLT, 1 Corinthians 9:25, all athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize.
Now it's even funnier when you read it there.
Yeah.
He was talking about how these jakes are distracted with the bread and circuses and follow after these athletes. Yeah, what good is winning the NBA championship if you're gonna eat a missile? Who cares if you're a millionaire on this side?
The brother,
You ain't got no spiritual riches.
the brother sent the meme this week where it showed Jake winning the play, getting drafted, rap star, and some other shit. You know, this is what these niggas, they lust for, they go after. They spend their whole life trying to make it in this world to get on on the mountaintop, when it ain't shit, it's all corruptible.
Correct.
You know?
And then that's good.
It can be taken from you.
Yeah.
You know?
It will be taken.
Yeah. You're the number one pick, you this big basketball star, football star, and then you got one bad season, you ain't shit.
Yep.
Stephen
A on your ass.
Yeah. The media's dragging your name through the mud.
You get injured and you still trying to play.
Right.
fucked up
But
shit.
the kingdom, what we're trying, we're striving for, it can't be taken away from us. Ain't no one in the kingdom, ain't no one, no Edomite, no heathen gonna come take the crown from Yahushua, King David, or the elect. You know?
Can't corrupt this.
No thieves break in.
Hell no. We ain't got to worry about losing our life savings and losing nothing in the kingdom. We're just going to continue to gain and gain and gain. We're going to have blessings forever.
You
So
gotta
like,
be thinking that now.
yeah.
You know, fuck what I lose on this side now. I'm gonna gain it all on that side, but I gotta have a different type of mind state and understanding on this side to have that type. Like when Salaki, I know you got a precept, but when he said the Most High told Solomon, because you asked for wisdom how to judge my people, I'm gonna get and not riches and health and long life. I'm gonna give you both, the riches and the wisdom. You know, and that's what we're gonna gain. You got it, bro.
That's setting your affection on things above.
Yeah, right.
It's, St. Luke chapter 12, and we start at verse 19 to read down. It says, "And I will say to my soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee."
Where are you reading right now?
Luke 12.
Come, yeah.
It says, "Thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich towards the Most High."
Yeah. So that's why the real riches is being rich towards Yahweh, being rich in the spirit. That's why he told, was it Berea? And he said, "I know thy poverty, but thou art rich."
Yeah.
Church of Smyrna.
Smyrna.
Yeah, come. He was saying, I know y'all got troubles and y'all in poverty, but you guys are rich in the spirit. Y'all gonna reap in the spirit when the kingdom of heaven comes. Right? That's where it's more meaningful, right? Okay, because like the brother quoted, thieves cannot break through nor steal and take this away from them.
I believe also the scripture that the brother brought out about running, it said athletes.
Yep.
Hey, because we have to be that in the spirit, you know, because we fighting against demons, so it's like a bunch of different events.
Yep.
And the scriptures also tell us whoso runneth that he may obtain. And that's what we're doing. We're running to obtain what? The crown.
Yep. Right. So get that prize.
Yep.
Yeah. You got it.
James 5 and 7, it says, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold,
Came back out anyway.
the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." It says, "Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience."
And guess what? Those same prophets, even though they prophesied of the promise, they didn't get to actually experience and live the promise. They just spoke it and believed it and searched it out.
As if they were living. Yeah.
But they died in their time. You know? So these men, they died having a report of it, but they didn't get the chance to experience it. All right? So those men had to, look what they had to endure just putting the word out. They had to deal with getting scoffed at. They had to get misused. They had to be put to death. You know? Look at what brothers have to endure just to preach it. You know? That's part of our affliction.
Yeah.
But we understand that at the end of this, we're gonna receive. Okay? And going back to what the brother quoted, you gotta, it's because of your faith. You know that the Lord's he's gonna reward you because you diligently sought him. He's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, man.
Labor is not in vain.
There it is.
Read it, bro.
I'll read it.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Finish this out. It says, Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
And what did the Lord do after Job went through all that affliction, all that hell? What did he do at the end for Job?
Restored him.
The Lord gave him reparations for his hell that he put him through, just for standing the test. Okay, he passed the test. Hey, well done.
Yeah.
You passed. My good and faithful servant. You passed the test. Now I'm gonna give you back more than what I originally gave you. You know.
He gave him his sons. He gave him his original. He gave him new children, and he's seen the generation of his other children come back.
Exactly.
You know, a fullness of life.
Exactly. Yep.
Job 42.
Yep.
All right.
42:10, maybe.
Yeah. Start at verse 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he...
No, that's what it's like. That's what I was gonna say. It's fucked up because Job didn't have a say in that. If he wanted to go through that experience, he just had to go through it. Same with us. But but at least we have the understanding that what we're gonna get for going through it, and that it's coming. Paul warned us that we were gonna have to go through these things.
What did Job do when he was going through it? Prophesied.
Yep. So it still correlates.
Yeah.
And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Yep.
Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house.
Yeah, how many family members have walked away from you and we're not close with anymore because of this truth? I got cousins that I grew up with that we blood, sweat, and tears together growing up. Everything that won't call for nothing. That cancel me on social media, everything. That you just can't talk to no more. You just gotta treat. They live here now. That you just can't connect with no more. But that's okay because the examples of what Job went through and other men have gone through, we know that it'll be all right. One day they're gonna wake up and realize what we are doing is the right thing. And this was a test to see if we was gonna turn on the Most High, trying to be cool with them, or we was gonna stick with the Most High.
The irony of it is,
and lose them.
they think we wasting our life.
Yep.
They the ones that's wasting their fucking life.
Yep.
Because they out there, you know,
still doing the same nigga shit.
Being nigga shit. When they could be trying to save their life by doing this.
They call me, I got called evil, nigga. You ain't God, you know, all of this other stuff because, you know, you trying to share the truth with them because you care about them and love them, but they see it like you trying to put evil on me. You want me to, man, I'm trying to help yourself.
Nigga spirit, man. Like, what Chris Rock said that. Well, you my teacher now or something like that.
That's how Jake teach it. But this is the lot of the prophets got to go through this. You got to see.
Verse 11, then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him, and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord hath brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen.
Y'all know how much that accumulates to in wealth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The livestock, that's
the livestock is huge.
Hey,
you can probably eat a week easily.
Y'all must go to livestock, I think it's livestock.com or something like that, and look how much livestock costs.
Right.
You know? I don't know if it's .com or .org, but yeah, just look up the sale of livestock. Yeah.
they got a lot of tax exemptions.
You know about that?
I used to pay like $15 a bail, and I was like almost $30.
Yeah. You know about the lifestyle.
Yeah, you know, can't even afford to have anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what they was doing. That's what this great reset is doing, taking away your individualism.
Yeah, I believe that is.
Taking away your individuality to sustain yourself to where you have to rest upon the government. You have to go to them for the one of all things. No?
Yep. For he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses.
The she-ass is probably more expensive because she can make more.
Yeah.
If you can fertilize it, you know, you got something to get it fertilized. But
He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemima, and the name of the second Kezia, and the name of the third Karen Hapuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years.
he lived 140 more years.
After that.
Yeah.
After he went through all that. So he got to see,
He got to enjoy it too.
yeah.
It wasn't like he was just an old man and received all that. Like here in this wicked ass kingdom, you work your whole life and you got a house and maybe your house is paid off. But shit, you 60 years old, 65 years old, you can't enjoy that shit.
You got 12, 15 years.
Right.
to live. Well, in this
You got
country,
grandchildren, you can't enjoy them. You can't. You
you
just
don't get to see them cry.
hell no. You can't do shit. You just get this
Can't play with them.
You got your grandchildren wiping your ass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No health.
wearing diapers and shit.
And then they coming around to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Right.
To steal yours.
Yeah, take your money.
Grandpa, can I have?
You get $15,000.
We know you got it. I got this business plan I'm putting together. Your whole family trying to scam your ass, man. Fucking niggas, man.
After this lived Job 140 years and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died being old and full of days.
Show you the mercy of the Lord, man. So how much more his servants when he returns? Because he's going to make us joint heirs. Whatever Yahushua is getting ready to inherit, he's going to share it with his men for being faithful. That's why he told the church. Get that in Revelation 2. I'm going to give you power over the nations.
Yeah.
So guess what? Your livestock is also the heathen.
Yeah.
That's going to be your cattle, the heathen.
They the real goyim.
Yeah.
That's the real goyim. They're the cattle. We're going to rule over them. We're going to inherit them, man.
Yeah.
For being obedient to the King of Kings.
Come around, finally come around and be like, plant this. Walk off. And then you gotta really go do shit to it. And then you come next time you come back around, it be in order. No, it will
You're
be.
gonna
Yeah,
come
kinda.
around and say, I want these many of your sons. They're gonna come serve me. Here's your daughters. They're gonna come be my maids. And that's
That's it. There's no question. It wasn't a question.
Revelation.
Revelation 2, kid.
2 and 25.
I got something too.
This is Revelations 2 and 25. It says, But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that
And
overcometh,
what is that we have?
Yeah.
The testimony. All right, we got this. So hold on to it. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, it says, I forgot where I was at.
25.
Yeah. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Read that again.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
I'm trying to think of the one where it says, well, I'll give you the heathen for an inheritance.
Psalms 2.
Psalms
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
That's the one.
So how is there, according to the Christians, everybody's gonna be in the kingdom of heaven? How?
Yeah, they're gonna be in the kingdom of
They'll be
heaven,
there.
but it's gonna be
no,
ranked.
But yeah, but
Oh,
they
yeah, but-
paint it
yeah,
as
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all just gonna.
So who gonna do the who we gonna rule over? Who gonna do all the work? Who gonna do the building? Us? They, and Esau. That's why we say this is Esau's heaven, because we're their slaves right now. We're the ones that build their skyscrapers and roads and stadiums and shit.
Somebody got to do the physical work.
So-
Yeah.
yeah,
Every time. Somebody had to build the pyramids
right,
in Egypt.
right.
Some hands was on them plows and whatever else. For these farmers' fields.
Esau say everybody built them but us.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers try to say aliens built them.
Yeah. But
I-
you don't say he built them either, though.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have cranes back
Yeah.
there to lift these heavy ass. Man, shut your ass up. They just come up with every excuse to discredit.
They speak
They
speak
would not-
loftily concerning
Pressure.
Like
Oppression.
Wisdom of Solomon 5, they will not make
make no account of his labors. Yeah.
You look at all these big structures all throughout the world. The people that built them were the slaves of the rose ruling people. You look at China.
Who owned the stuff?
Exactly. You look at, South America. Who built that shit? Jakes. But yeah, like you really just quoted, make no account of the labors.
Read that again.
It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
He that overcometh. What does it mean to overcome? It means to get the victory.
Yep.
Conquer. All right. So that means what? This is a fight. In order to get the victory, you gotta strive. You gotta fight, man. Daily, every day. It's not gonna be easy. But this is what you got coming to you if you actually win. This is the consolation prize. All right. This is the mastery. He that getteth the mastery. What is the mastery? The prize. The incorruptible crown.
Yeah.
But you got to overcome first. So we're still in a fight.
This is James 1:12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
That kind of life is synonymous with what you just was reading.
Yeah. Oh, quick one. Get Sirach 19 and 5 real quick.
Cheating on here, bro. How you cheat?
Sirach 19:5. Whoso taketh pleasure, it's 19:5. It says, whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned,
Go ahead.
but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life.
Round of this life.
There it is.
Yeah.
Because, dealing with pleasures, giving in to them, that can cause you to lose. We talk about the hour of temptation. That's the main event.
That's the main trial.
And if you give in to your pleasures during that moment, game over. You lost.
Ain't no resets.
Yeah, if you're seeking to keep your household together, your life, your job, your dreams and aspirations, which none of us should be even thinking of that.
Yeah.
But for jakes that are new to the truth, that or people that are in the world, that's where they're gonna be trying to seek to save what the very little that they have in this fucking place.
Basically, if your faith is weak,
Yeah. If you faint in the what is
Day of
that?
adversity.
yeah.
The day of adversity.
If you faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
The strength is small.
Yeah.
That's and we speak on it, but we're still not in that actual moment. So we just gotta keep praying that when we're faced with that actual time, that we don't fold.
We don't know.
That's why Yahweh Shai, he was comforting his disciples before his departure. He told them, in the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I overcame the world. He said, in your patience possess ye your souls. That means to basically stay calm, cool, and collective, even when you're facing adversity.
31.
You know, this man's gonna make your life a living hell. The more you're adverse to his kingdom and what he got set up, the more hell he's gonna afflict upon you.
Yeah.
You're not with our new order. You're not with this whole new digital setup. Well, I'm gonna make it hard for you to live there. I'm gonna make it to where you can't enter into no store.
You can't buy shit.
You can't buy nothing. You cannot participate in certain activities and events.
Take his children away.
I will take your children away.
Because
I will cause your woman to leave you because she can't stand this any further.
Yeah.
Literally turn your woman into Lot's wife.
You're endangering your children by not providing food for them.
Yeah.
You're not going in to buy my gym. I mean,
now we got to do an investigation into this man and his family.
Yep.
What is his political? What is his religious status? What is his religion? What did he believe?
What is his profile say on the metaverse?
Yeah. Let's go through his social media history.
Everything.
What was it? Let's look at his posts.
Search history. Yeah.
His fucking IP address.
And then have your family giving you up.
Yep.
You might have you might have a cousin that might come on CNN live and talk about your life and shit.
He was always.
I knew the nigga.
He was always
changed the
kinda
nigga
weird.
diapers.
Yeah.
He was always kind of weird. You know, he always thought.
He didn't come to family dinners. Something was just wrong with him.
Always negative.
Yeah.
I knew that boy was off. You know how nigga family is, man.
He got a million things to say after the fact.
He believed that white people are going into slavery and you know they believe like
I'm
just,
Christian. I love everybody.
I love everybody.
Yeah.
And the Lord warned about that. Your own family gonna give you up to be afflicted. I already know the brother got it.
Luke 21:16. And he shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
See?
And ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish, and your patience possess ye your souls.
Right. Stay calm, cool, and collective, man. It happened to the Lord, it's gonna happen to you.
The servant is not greater than the master.
There it is. This is what to expect, man. So when it happened, though, like Peter said, thinking not strange concerning that fiery trial,
which is to try.
as if something strange happened to you. We all gonna go through the furnace of adversity, but guess what? We're gonna come out tried and refined as that pure gold, man.
Each brother's adversity is gonna be specific to them.
Yeah.
You know, I may not go through the same thing this brother or this brother may go through, but we all gonna go through it. It's and each brother's salvation is specific to that brother. You know, this brother may get beamed up before this brother, but hey, all that matters is your ass got beamed up.
Even the martyr brothers.
And that you made it through.
Oh, if you get martyred, you already won.
Yeah, that's
you
the
already
victory.
overcame.
Yeah.
That's because that was an honorable death.
That's right.
You just left a legacy that solidified you.
You died for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. You're gonna be spoken of in the heavens.
What it say? Precious is the death of his saints.
Yep. Precious in the eyes of the Lord is the death of his saints.
Whether you endure and you go through the troubles and you make it out, or you be one of the brothers that have to give up the ghost, that's a win-win situation.
Yep.
That's a win-win situation right there. Those who's gonna try to save their life, to preserve their life for a little moment, to serve this devil just for a quick fix, just a little temporary comfort, you gonna be the biggest loser. You're gonna be least in the kingdom.
God, because the triumphing of the wicked is for a short.
Short. Even Eleazar, the old man that
refused to eat the meat.
Give it up and have a stain on in my old age.
There it is.
I've been doing good all this time. At the end, you want me to put a stain on my name?
Just so I can live just a little while longer. You know. But
we're
no, man.
referencing all of these, but these are all the things that are written aforetime, written for our learning. We need to. This is what we build ourselves and our faith up with, and exhort others with these accounts that brothers are bringing up, okay, that we can make it through this, man. We've been truly. This book has truly comforted us.
Yeah.
It is designed when you read it in the proper spirit and order, you know, as the mystery it is. Hey, you can get so much comfort out of the things that are coming past. Nothing like it, man. The others have been through this before, man, which should give you the belief that you can make it through. That fiery furnace, man, it made it exceeding hot. Those that put them in there died and burnt up.
Okay.
See it? So you gotta believe that it can happen there. I see that one.
I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
I don't think so.
So that's big. Who's still reading? Somebody still reading?
Oh, there's two. There's another one behind it. There's another one behind it too. Like a couple of feet.
I see that.
You see it?
I see it.
I got.
It's a little further. It's further up.
Yeah, it's further up, but it's right behind it.
No, man. Because the angels, they attest to it, man. Hey, take it as every time when they come out, they're just there and they're attesting to everything that we're speaking, because we're speaking the words of the Father, man. You know?
This one, and the other one's right behind it. Like a couple
Yeah.
I got something. You got something? You good, Jordan? Oh, you got it.
Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
The angels.
Always looking
The eyes of the Lord, beholding the evil and the good. What we're doing right here, this is good. Yeah.
When they come by and scoff it, it's evil. Yep.
My brother called me crazy when I started speaking about my younger sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah. My uncle was like, yeah, your person was like, man, you crazy. You talking about UFOs and shit, and I showed my uncle a video of a chariot warping in and out of the in the second heavens, sort of the International Space Station. I showed him like 4 other videos. He still didn't believe it.
They're constantly serious.
My grandma was not they took the jab, and the Lord gave me a dream, and it scared me, and I started crying, bro. He gonna kill us, bro. He already shot. He gonna kill them, and whatever. So the jab is gonna pretty much. When he saw activate the 5G tower, like people was gonna be like robotic and shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, all we got to do is just continue to stay on the straight and narrow, man.
We know the straight is the STRIT.
Done.
You know, it's the difficult path. But hey, this is still easier than going through the fire. This fire is way easier than catching it through death by
The
pain.
broad gate may seem appeasing and easy, but at the end of it's not, because they still gonna have to go through it. They still gonna catch the plagues. They're gonna catch missiles. You know, the pestilence, the famine. You know, but the difference between us and them is we have a way out of it. That's through this. That's through your knowledge and your wisdom and ultimately your
the map
faith.
is right here. The map of how to get through the straight through.
Right, God. The blueprint.
The blueprint is right here.
You know.
Theirs ends at a pitfall. You know? I laugh at the heartbreak these people gonna have. That's what I laugh at, because hey, that I told you so moments gonna be huge. I want to read some 2nd Edge 7. I'll start at verse 4. I'll start at 3. It says, and I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There's another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. every time first time I read it, I should say, I think of that movie, The Beach. You brother seen that movie, The Beach?
Yeah, but Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey, they was talking. It's a beach we're trying to get to. It's outside Thailand. It's not even on the map, but they say it's paradise. But what did he have to do to get there? First, he had to get to Thailand. They didn't even show you what happened to get to Thailand. He got there, got through all of that shit. Then he went out with those people, and then they swam this far, and they got on a boat that far, and they went to this island, and then there was sharks and shit, and they finally did all that. When they finally got there, they just collapsed on the sand in exhaustion.
Wait.
They didn't even show how long it took them to get up from that exhaustion.
Now let's look at that through a spiritual lens,
Yeah.
because look at Apostle Paul's track.
Yeah.
He had to go through all types of hell. Hey, he said buffeted, shipwrecked.
Yeah.
Hey, he got bit by that serpent when he landed on the island.
Literally traveling.
Yeah, kind.
Also.
Kind.
Yeah.
And what? And he still has to get into the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is why
He got put to death.
Yeah.
He
came back.
He came back.
There wasn't no escape.
Yeah.
He couldn't escape his path that the Most High put him on.
Hey, let's not start. He came into the truth getting blinded.
Oh
Yeah, kind.
No, before that, he persecuted the church.
Yeah.
You know, so imagine actually when Yahushua spoke to him, and he, his eyes were really open to the truth and, the real truth. Imagine what he felt inside, like, damn, I've been fucking up the Lord's chosen. You know?
Hey, he was there when Stephen.
Yeah, he was.
Got stoned, man.
Yeah, that's when he kind of came on the scene.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Man.
Let me keep reading a little more. On
That's
this. It says, verse 6 again. It said, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said to me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Y'all remember that series called The Maze? It was a movie called The Maze. But what's the one actor name? John. He was in the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
John Boyega or something like that. Boyega. The Maze Runner. The Maze Runner. I said The Maze Salaki, The Maze Runner.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, two of them, right?
You had two of them.
Yeah.
It was three? It was three. Yeah. So yeah. Just think about that. All the shit they had to go through, just going through that maze, man. It was like torture trying to get through those different obstacles. It was the same way in this truth. And really a lot of it is internal.
Yeah. Biggest fight.
You fighting with all type of demons, man. All type of thoughts, all type of ailments, infirmities, temptations. That's that and with all that, the combination of that is what makes the path that much narrow. That it's easy for you to fall.
Yeah.
Okay? It's easy for you to fall, man. And we can attest to that because so many men that came into this thing and are no longer here. No longer here, man. They got snuffed. A lot of these men, they got snuffed, man. Satan pulled their name out of a raffle, man. Like when the Lord told Peter, and Satan desired to sift you out like as wheat, but I prayed for you. So it's a lot of different ways you can fall out of this thing. So the Lord made it difficult on purpose. The entrance way into the kingdom is very difficult.
That's heavy. Peter, Satan had
the head apostle.
He had you, but I prayed for you. Peter, for y'all that understand that, King
Right.
David.
It says through much tribulation. shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's going to be coming out probably till we get out of here.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, so much trouble, so many things that have to go right for us.
Yeah.
For that the Lord is gonna have to intervene for us. Because there's just no other way. Because of everything that's gonna be going down. You know? It's essentially, we have to be chosen. We have to be those souls that were selected and elected from the foundation, man. Because everything that's going to be happening on the earth, man, we're going to need a miracle.
Yeah.
We're going to need a miracle, man. There's just no other way. We can't save ourselves.
Fine.
You know, there's only so much we can do, because ultimately the Lord has to have mercy on us, man. You know, we have to receive the mercies of David, because else there's just no other way.
The Lord's gonna have to. That's why he's gonna have the angels give charge over us. We're gonna need that, man. Michael's gonna have to stand up for us. You know, because hey, right now we still got running water. The light's still cut on. You still got a vehicle. You still got access to food. You got internet. You got Wi-Fi connections. It's gonna be a point in time. A lot of that shit is gonna get stripped.
Yeah, you got Akim. You're able to fellowship, speak.
Yes.
You know?
Gas is high. You can still move around.
Yeah. So that's why what I'm saying is, what we speaking on, it's easier said than done. We can just talk about it.
Yeah.
But the Lord's gonna finally put us in that test.
Fire.
He's gonna put you in the fire, man. All right, now that I done trained you up, now you done took all these admonitions, these exhortations, you done learned all these scriptures, you've been doing all that studying. All right, now it's time to apply now. No notes.
Yeah.
It should already be in you.
Yeah. You've been doing this.
Yeah, we're not gonna have Google. Oh, hold on, let me.
It's
Google
not an
it.
open book test now.
Oh.
Where's your faith going to be at, in those times?
Yeah.
There it is.
Come upon them, come back without find faith.
Yeah.
I got something right
I
quick.
got something too.
Second Esdras 16, and let's see.
Because hey, I'm gonna say this. Like when we read the prophecy in 2 Esdras 16, when it's talking about Jacob's trouble, but it says that he's gonna put us through. We're gonna go through. You're already there.
That's where I'm at.
We're not gonna know if we're chosen till after the fact.
David.
He's about to read it.
Because you're gonna be going through it thinking I'm getting destroyed. Right.
Right now, all we could go off of right now is the level of diligence that we're applying in His truth. Because more than likely, if you diligent, the Lord got you on fire, then you more than likely might be one of those men. But there's examples of brothers who were diligent and who were on fire. The Lord put that candle out. Now they in the world somewhere, awaiting the second death.
Why you think that is? Like, I don't mean to like, get off this. Why you think that is? Why you think the Lord had them men putting in that much work? You know what I'm saying? 15, 20 years. It's like, man,
it's usually pride. It's usually pride.
And they were used also to bring in other brothers.
Yeah. Lord, the deceiver are His.
There it is.
So it's up to the Lord. It's the Lord's will. The Lord can bring a brother in that's diligent and know all the scriptures and precepts to bring brothers in, so he can fall out, so he can lift up those brothers.
Right.
You know, because you got to understand, through reincarnation, hey, false prophets are back too. So that brother, the Lord might bring that brother in his former life. He could have been a wicked nigga that prosecuted the church. So the Lord brings him in just to destroy him. You know, we don't know. We ain't on the level as the Lord, but hey, anything is possible. Don't never put nothing out of possibility that the Lord can do.
You had Judas Iscariot.
Yes, he was one of the 12.
He
was among the Lord and his disciples. People saw him casting out devils and preaching the gospel. Before he gave up the Lord and betrayed him, he was considered a man of the Lord. The Lord used him.
He was
And they was prophesied in Psalms 109th chapter.
I got that.
The Lord, he can raise up anybody, man. A lot of dudes are appointed to judgment. The book of Job. I mean, not Job, Jude. Where it talks about men crept in unawares that are appointed to condemnation. They turned the grace of our Lord into lasciviousness. So a lot of these men that are being brought into this faith now, they're just being used. Okay?
For example, like IUIC.
I was gonna say the same thing.
They can use, the Lord is using Nate to really bring in those that are really sincere about this truth and waking up the elect, for those that are just doing it for the glory of men. And eventually those elect among IUIC are gonna say, or they're gonna come to a point where, is this the MOTB or not? And then they're gonna flee, you know? And the Lord is gonna have those that stay with that organization and take it, you know? So it's all, hey, the Lord is the master chess player amongst these nations, amongst his people.
He do things on many different levels. It just seems like something simple to us. Like it's a sifting process with other somebodies that don't believe in the full 100% truth. Right. It's a faith thing. It's a sincerity thing that helps with other people's trials. Yeah. So you gotta be able to see, because just like we gotta call them out. Right. So we're being tested by having them there. Right. They're being tested to figure out if it's true, if they just gonna follow that man or if they're gonna follow the spirit. So it's a lot of different folds of the situation that come into play. But we don't know which one. We just gotta try to stay in the spirit and stay on point with the spirit.
We gotta seek out our own salvation, man.
So the Lord, and I'm not trying to like ask questions to answers I already know, but the Lord is judging based on our intent, like in our intent. So he can also put bad intentions in us deliberately so he can destroy you.
Hey, let me say this.
That shit crazy.
Let me say this. And Apostle Tahar is pretty much the only one that says it. And everybody like, but he said it. He said he had a dream that Nathaniel was gonna repent.
Yeah.
He could be used to do that to those that are undesirable, and then he may still make it. I'm just saying the possibility. I don't know. It ain't up to me, but just the possibility.
Yeah, that'd be the power of the Lord.
Yeah.
That'd be a drama field.
And what we gonna do now? Rejoice because the man came to righteousness. We gonna be, you was a, we're gonna be happy you made it.
Yeah.
We're gonna rejoice because look at all the followers they got. If they follow this man and that man repents and says the name of the Lord is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and not Christ blessed, imagine, imagine how big this truth will become. Because 144,000 are going to be singing the same song. Yeah. They're going to be saying the same name, and they're going to be all in one accord. They're going to be all saying the same doctrine. They're not going to be some saying the MOTB is this. Everyone's going to be on one accord. So the sooner they get on board, the sooner we get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Does all sing the same song?
Yeah. Exactly. And so, speaking of that chapter, in the chapter previous, we're talking about the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you guys know or heard about what that is. Do you guys happen to know? No.
I got two of these.
Yeah, no. I'm just asking because if you know it, I would ask you. But basically, the point is, when you really do what's going on in current events, measuring it with the scriptures, it's that implant microchip. Right. So we're told if we take that, we're gonna get destroyed.
What's your name?
My name? My name's not important, but
My name is David. This is my wife Joanna.
Nice to meet you guys.
I don't know if you remember the late 90s, early 2000s. How the History Channel would always, to your point, remind us that they wanted a cashless society.
Yep.
To your point, to the market of beast.
Yes, absolutely.
They would tell us this in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yep.
And post-pandemic, I don't even carry cash. The point is, there's a market of beast. That chip that we had to just put in this meter.
Yeah, right.
I might not have a chip in my head, but I got a chip in mine.
Right.
But I get your point.
So to go further, that sounds cool now. But if you can't buy or sell, then you can't use that. There's no access to that card, right?
You
talking righteous because you can see it in the sense that during the pandemic, you couldn't get anything.
Right.
So the nations are upset that they can't push their products on us. So I agree.
Right, but it's gonna come a day if you're not into this system, if you're not, because it's not just about controlling what you can do or what you can't do. They want to control you.
Yes, sir.
And punish you directly and cut you off from certain things. So they want to put it in you, literally in your hand or in your head or, you know, some part of your body. So that's how they completely, like you would brand to anybody. Cattle, something that you have ownership of.
It's pretty much a digital brand mark.
Yep.
For digital identification, and that's a system that they're launching globally as we speak.
Yep.
That's why all these nations, they're dumping paper money and they're adopting
electronic
digital currencies.
Yep.
We already know, and it's going to be attached to a social credit system.
Yep.
They're going to control
Carbon
that
footprint.
grid. Right. This is all part of the beast system being implemented. And a lot of people they're watching this being put in place, but it's the norm to them. They're being gradually brought into it and they're accepting it, just like how technology evolved all this time. We went from having brick phones to
rotary house phones
to flip phones where you still got buttons on them, to now you don't even have buttons. You just touch your screen.
Yep.
So you now you can't even take the battery out.
So the progression of it goes from a card. I'm sorry, I don't mean, but to go from a card to in you, and to have everything on you. It's now your new identification.
Before your ATM card, you know, just put it in a money sense. They had they didn't have ATMs before, and then now they got, you know, early '90s, '80s, they had ATMs where you could go, you know, and get the money. And so now they're doing away with all of that. Where you go to a bank now, you go to a Chase, there may be one teller or two tellers because you can do everything through the ATM now. So
they're already doing it in Australia. They're taking away all the ATMs at their banks in Australia right now.
I live in Anaheim, California, and we seen that in 2013. So this happening.
They had commercials leading up to it. Remember, I think it was American Express. One of them commercials where everybody's all singing and dancing, and somebody pulls out a cash, and they're like, "Oh, like what the hell?" Like, you know, pull out cash. Then he said, so he put the cash back in his pocket, pulled his card out, and swiped his card. The music starts. They start singing again. It's gradually showing you that it's going to be frowned upon to have something that you don't just come up and tap your hand with. You got it, brother.
Revelation 14:9. Yep. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
And why that's important to know, if you receive that, because you pretty much are just saying like, okay, this beast system owns me. That's my God.
Yeah.
Because then the word God on the money, this
in God we trust.
God we trust. But people trust in that dollar though, in that money. So now they're worshiping, because that's how do you get out of trouble? You gotta have enough money. You see in Vegas, I don't know if you live here now or not, but when you live here, when you come to Vegas, you can do anything you want, get into as much trouble, but if you got the money to get out of it, you all right.
That's just anywhere,
So that's in the world,
pretty much.
But it's extreme here. So that's kind of how how they uphold things. But who had the most money? They do. So when you look at the overall setup that they have, they're gonna just make it digital. They're gonna make it to a point to where you need them to survive, to live in this society, and this is the way you have to do it. It's okay. No. We wish more people did that. A lot of our people will walk by and know.
I don't know your name, but I saw you guys on my algorithm YouTube.
Yep.
And I see a lot of people like, you're confrontational, argumental, but if you read it from the book, what are we arguing about?
Right.
There ain't nothing to argue about.
And because a lot of people don't like what's actually in the book. Now, if you happen to understand that the book is the source of it, and we're actually reading from the book, not giving our own opinions, it should go smoothly.
Well, I'll say this: the Bible is the most controversial book on earth. So it's going to cause certain disagreements, frictions.
A lot of different interpretations.
A lot of different interpretations. Yep. People get, you know,
a lot of versions.
People get passionate and it gets heated. So that's to come with, you know, dealing with, you know, this book. But we're not per se confrontational people, but we're like Apostle Paul said, we're sent for the defense of the gospel as well. Yeah. So when people come up and they might give their certain interpretation of the Bible, us understanding the true context and interpretation of the Bible, our job is to correct it. And if they come against it, then hey, that's on them. You know.
And sometimes that may come out with, well, what do you wicked? You know, it may come out like you've seen it, confrontational. Mm-hmm. Now we're at a point where our teachers have showed us, like, if a guy don't get it, let him go. If you don't want it, it ain't for everybody anyway. Some people come up and realize it's not for them, and once we realize it, we let them do what they go. We're gonna have a good time and do what you gotta do. You know, there's no reason to have to go that far. Now, if they come up all aggressive and want to get physical, then we have to meet you with that aggression. You know, but if that's what you're coming up here for, but we're not really up here for that.
Do that to you.
All right, we don't really want that. We just want to teach this word, and we would prefer you to get it if it's for you. But if it's not, it's okay.
That's it.
Well, I like it, sir.
This Galatians 4:16, it says, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?"
Yep. And that happens a lot of times. You know, you'll tell somebody the truth, and it's the truth that they don't want to hear. Hey, now we read Romans 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the time that you'll wake out of sleep. And a lot of people don't want to be woken up. They don't want to have to deal with the responsibilities of having to change their diet, change the way they think, change how they spend or waste their time, their conduct, you know, the way they do things.
Speak unto us smooth things.
Exactly. Tell me how good it's going to be. Yeah. Tell me how I don't have to do nothing. It's just going to happen for me. No, this is a labor of love.
That's right.
Something you have to enjoy that labor to make it through. You have to do works in your faith.
This is the book of John 21 and verse 17. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he had said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep. Yep. And that's essentially what we're doing. We're feeding the sheep of the Lord. Well, if Yahushua feeding the elect, you know, so it may offend. It may, you know, it may not, you know, go over smooth or be, what is it, PC, you know, but we're feeding the elect. And then when the elect hears this word, they're going to be quickened with the spirit to, you know, something that we say is gonna trigger them to say, yo, this, let me inquire, kind of like you did. Not say, you know, that inquire about this. What is this about? And then, you know, they're gonna look further into it and search these things out, like there was a Church of Berea, to see if the elect member is going to search these things out to see if these things are really true. You know, because we always tell people what we're saying up here. You know, go do the research yourself. You know, go into words, go do the research yourself to see if because we could just be up here just blabbling, you know, saying, you know,
there's a lot of people that do that just walk around
go
with a Bible and don't ever open it, but with a big old sign or something, walking around and just on a loudspeaker just saying whatever they're saying. You can't ask no questions. You can't get no edification, no understanding out of it.
A lot of regurgitation.
Yeah.
A lot of Christians, they're good at that.
Christ so loved the world, or God so loved the world.
There's a lot of parrots out there where they hear something that sounds good, and they just go repeat, not knowing the true breakdown of the Bible. You know, so like we love when people come up and ask questions, so we can edify, so we can educate, bring
this thing to the forefront of what.
And we're also out here to warn you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's coming to the earth.
Stiff warning. I don't know if you noticed what the brother's saying. World War III is gonna happen. It's pretty.
Are we calling that Armageddon?
Yeah,
you go.
there we go.
Spirit
Right?
we just don't-
It's for sure gonna happen, and America's for sure gonna lose.
God.
America's for sure gonna lose.
100%.
Thus said the Bible.
My brother said our Christian family, like you said, walk around with the sign and they don't ever read
Right.
the book.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you are the original inhabitants of the land of Israel.
Right.
Is that fair?
Yeah,
we
we
are
are. Yeah, you
Is
are
that
too.
fair?
Yeah, if you
Well,
receive it.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Thank you. I say that going back to the Bible, and we talking about Genesis 15, verse 13 and 14.
Uh-huh.
If the original, to your point, that America will be destroyed.
Right.
Because if we are descendants of Abraham,
Okay.
then you're talking about how did we miss if the first slave in America showed up in 1619,
Uh-huh.
and you talk about the 400 years,
Uh-huh.
and 2019, how did our people miss that? To his point, they're not reading that book.
Right.
How did we miss that?
But let me tell you, because that was ancient Egypt.
Yeah,
Talk
kind
to
The 400 years.
of.
This one, no man knoweth the hour when this one's gonna end.
Yeah.
Now, this Egypt is another version of Egypt, another house of bondage or slavery that we're going through. And this is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. So we see the sodomy happening.
Yeah, kind
This is Revelation. We can see that happening. The sodomy part, right? Happening, like the agenda being pushed. You can see that happening. That's why this place is known. The rest of the world ain't really with it. Putin and everybody else is against it. There's a few countries that's with it, but majority of the world is not with that ideal. That's what's gonna have people on different sides, but more so the monetary money side of what's going on the earth. And then one certain, I call them chess pieces on the board, like Ukraine is a major chess placement on the board that the Western nations, the EU, the NATO, the United States, places like that want.
So
They want that oil and pipeline also.
If I may go back,
Yeah,
so you said that was ancient.
right.
So my question would be, are we using the Bible as a book of prophecy?
Yes.
In other words, things to come?
Yeah,
or are we
yes.
just using it as Revelation, just current events?
So I got this saying. It was a saying in the world, right? It said, well, our elders say,
Yeah.
to know the
It's
to
mystery.
know the mystery,
You must
have
know.
to know the history,
Eschatology.
eschatology, right? Also, there's another saying, you won't know where we're going unless you know where we've been.
That's right.
So that's why we do read the
Ecclesiastes 1 and
history of
9.
it,
Yeah,
Somebody
kind
read
of.
that.
right?
Get
But
Ecclesiastes. Somebody read it in the NLT. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. Real quick.
we'll let the Bible speak.
To your point, we were in Egypt 430 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
400 years we were in captivity.
Yeah.
So the first 30 years we weren't in captivity.
Right.
I got
You know,
Ecclesiastes,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 in the NLT, history merely repeats itself. It has all been done before.
Uh-huh.
Nothing under the sun is truly new.
Right.
There it is.
So it's a new version of Egypt. And when you go to the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy, in the last verse, it shows you that we were going into Egypt again with ships. The first time we went into Egypt, we walked as a family, pretty much. And then we grew as a family into the mighty nation. And that's when we got thrust out, you know, the way Moses and all of that happened, right? But in this Egypt, we went into bondage with slave ships. Now, the northern kingdom also, which are the other tribes that you see here, they caught boats over here, and once they was over here, here come the conquistadors and so on and so forth, that put them into bondage. So they still came into slavery with slave ships. I mean, came into the bondage with ships. And we know the story of the so-called Negroes coming over in the slave ships. So it still fits the prophecy. Now, 1619 to 1970 is a 350 years, or the 3 days and a half, prophesied in Revelation also, when you have the understanding, when this knowledge came back out around the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
So that tied us right back into it.
I'm gonna make a comment. You brothers are righteous because you're talking from that book. Well, I hear the righteous. My brother got the sage, so that's what's up. But you guys are righteous. If we moved on from Genesis and we went to John the 8th chapter, that whole chapter where Jesus is having a conversation with the current Jews that's in Israel
Yep.
that stole, are stealing what's ours. If we look at that entire chapter, what that's showing us is it's a person, because you talked about the lamb. There is a person that fits that description that's having that conversation to this day. I don't know if we have that in front of us. We don't have to read the whole chapter, but the point is, remember, they say, the current Jews of today say they have never been in bondage.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't fit the prophecy.
Which proves that everything y'all got going on out here, keep it up.
We just trying to earn our salvation. Because like we said, we know we live here and we don't have jets and boats and whatever else to get out of here. So we gotta pray to the Lord that He come get us. That He rescue us out of what's going down here.
What year was the organization started?
It pretty much got first published around like late 60s, early 70s. You know, it was from like the mass level. But it got really pushed heavy in the early 2000s.
We'll keep pushing. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good time. Y'all be safe.
Thank you.
And then you don't have to run everybody up the street and be confrontational. Just explain.
No, I mean, somebody get that in 2 Timothy 2 and start like around 24. Everybody always expect us to cuss everybody out that come up with just a question.
You got those jakes that give Israel a bad rap. It's about edifying, because I didn't get to explain to them that yes, these are the children of Israel on the sign, but our people are also scattered amongst these other heathen nations. So we don't know who is coming up, could be an Israelite. So that's why we deal in the spirit. Try the spirit by the spirit.
I know the brother was gonna go to Exodus to further prove about the 430 years to prove, because a lot of jakes that come into this,
they
gotta go through the doctrine of these, certain Israelite groups that teach that we're the Israelites because when Abraham, the 400-year prophecy of Abraham, that was already fulfilled thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
But they look at that as a parallel because they see, we was in slavery for 400 years, just like we did here in America.
We did 400 years plus here.
Yeah. That's why I had him read Ecclesiastes.
Right.
That which have been is that which shall be.
Yep.
It just so happened to happen again. But we're not in ancient Egypt.
Right.
We're in a modern Egypt here in America.
That's the toughest part, understanding when it was for that personal time, that particular time, excuse me, to multi-situation.
Right. If you really look at it, captivity for the Israelites started over here before, prior to 16. Because what do you think about the conquistadors? What about Gad? They had to kind of clear out Gad to make room for Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. So they were in captivity. They had sent a lot of Gadites back to Europe, certain parts of Europe. And they ain't sitting back there for no vacation.
We know.
In the first Southern Kingdom slaves, they were brought over in the 1500s.
I was gonna say, because 1492 was when
Portugal,
Spain
Spain,
came over.
I think like 1526 or something to that effect.
Seville, Spain was a major slave port.
That was funny. I thought about what Yakanan said. Take what they know. You don't necessarily discredit what they know, but then show them what they don't know. And that's how you edify. There's a lot of, even some men in Great Millstone still kind of get that, because you ain't already understanding what's going on. I don't got time to break it all back down. No, that's our job. We're supposed to break it all back down so they particularly can get it. And how many more people get edified on there? Or even certain brothers get refreshed by going back through it. So that's the job. So, and like there's brothers out here that may not know that full breakdown. We all may know. My son don't know it, particularly like we just talked about it. So different situations where people get that breakdown, and now they've built up that much more.
All things unto edification.
You said 2 Timothy?
2 Timothy 2 and start at 24.
24.
Yeah, it's 2 Timothy 2 and 24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. If the Most High Yahweh peradventure will give them
oppose themselves. some people will fight against this thing, not realizing we're trying to give you what's good for you. Here, eat this bitter herb, man. It's gonna help you. Nah, man, it's nasty. Nah, man, eat this. It's better. It's beneficial to you. And so we have to endure that confrontation of back and forth sometimes. That wasn't necessarily the situation, but you know, with some jakes, you got to do that. You got it.
The Most High Yahweh peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth.
And they may wake up. You know, they may wake up from this one experience.
Yeah, Jake had experience.
Yeah, he already was, you know,
He
at
already
least
had a
tuned
little
in.
sense. He had already had a sense of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He knew-
basic things.
He knew it was wrong.
You're right.
He had a little discernment, kind
Yeah,
of.
he was like, you know what? I don't know everything y'all know, but I could tell y'all are doing the right thing.
And that's beautiful. Brought out Revelation 14:9.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If you take that mark of the beast, you're gonna be destroyed.
That's why,
Fire
to
and
me, that's the
brimstone, one.
that's the one you gotta go to now when Jay come up, especially if they're in a peaceful state like that. You gotta pretty much give them that one, and that's such a plain prophecy to see. And all they gotta do now is go implant, Google an implant, and the possibilities of it, and it's all over the news. You know, so yeah. I saw a movie. We watched the movie. This is the end. Y'all seen this movie? This is the end. It's a silly ass movie, but serious topics in there, right? They literally had MOTB on the wall. Now somebody was in there writing this shit down, man. Like we didn't even talk about who wrote that on the wall in the house. You know, but one of the guys was in there talking about it.
But those movie,
That's the one.
the script writers, they know. They do the research and they know, you know, the prophecies that are coming in the end.
Yeah, they know.
That's a major prophecy we always speak of, the MOTB.
Yep.
You know, and eventually Esau gonna put this shit right in your face, man.
Verse 26, and that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil.
Oh, that goes back to that narrow entrance that only but one man could pass. So he got to walk through that himself. We can't piggyback him through to get the understanding. He got to want it. He got to have that desire to want to walk through that straight gate. You got it, bro.
And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. 'Cause that's the God of this world got these people blinded, man. You know, before we woke up, we were still blinded.
Yeah.
And then the Lord, you know, pulled that veil back. You know, so we have to acknowledge that we can't automatically think that Jake knows the truth.
Right.
They don't. You know, so we got to give it to them, and if they don't accept it, then hey, the Lord rejects them.
They will be without excuse.
It's 1 Peter 3:15. But sanctify the Lord power in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And what are they? And then how do they know that we have hope? They're asking. He came up to ask, "What y'all hoping for up here to happen?" We're hoping to get salvation.
Something I said, you know,
yeah,
it triggered him to ask. Is that Revelation 14?
Yep.
And you know,
yep. How he know that?
Yeah.
You know, but he said my algorithm pulled it up.
Yeah. And think
So
about
what you been clicking on?
Yeah.
You know, so he
was already
looking into certain
and then
things.
him coming up here,
man's goings are of the Lord.
Yeah, here you go. And him coming up here just confirmed his interest.
So the horn of proof.
Confirmed his what he was all, you know, what was kind of in his spirit already.
It made me think of Romans 11 and 7. He said, Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Now, we don't know if he's of the elect or not. This may spark him, and all he needs to see is a brother get healed. You may need to see the chariot, Yahweh Shai's chariot, show up to the earth, and that got him. We don't know. Right? But we know that the job is to let our people know and to warn our people and tell the heathen. Had that one that we thought was a bag at first? It's not a bag. Wow. That's up there. Yeah.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Confirmation.
It just disappeared.
Oh, I see it again. Camera not catching it, bro.
My
Camera
phone
not catching it.
My phone is good.
I know.
When I get close, I turn into a camera, bro.
What?
Yeah, man. Hey, we at the end of this thing. You know, this is literally every week, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
We just waiting on E to make his move, really. We out here teaching, waiting on E to make a move.
Esau is hesitant.
Yeah, he like
He knows what's going on.
Hey, it's like you ever seen that some two niggas about to fight and shit, and no one want to take the first swing.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to take the first swing, man, because he know if you go,
The
the
Lord gonna
niggas
put
tell
the
him,
spirit on
hey,
him eventually.
swing.
And it's
Swing,
like
watch what
it's
happens.
not like we hiding.
Yeah.
They know where we at every week. They know where brothers is at all across the world, so they can roll on us wherever they want. But
And the black and white helicopters come over
they know
camp no matter where we at.
they know the prophecies. The Lord said He's going to lift up that standard.
Hey, when Esau makes that move, the Lord's gonna checkmate his ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, really? That's
Y'all
know?
been seeing what we all camp
Checkmate.
too? Man, every week. How they find us? We in another location. They come over to at the park where we was at. Like a helicopter. What the fuck? You know where we at? Come on, man. Just come by to check. Okay, that's where y'all at. I know y'all was out.
And the Lord said, daily I was with you,
Yeah.
and you know, and you didn't like when Esau comes up against us. It's not like we were hiding,
Yeah.
you
You
know.
knew how we was
This
at.
is a
Shall
testament
not
about
remove that teachers into a corner anymore. With thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Just coming out here is a testament of our faith. We're making ourselves a living sacrifice. We like sitting ducks.
Yep.
Yeah, a goddamn monster truck come down the street and wipe us all out right now.
Why don't we?
But we know that Esau can't make a move until the Most High allows him to.
And that's why we talk about when certain brothers push off that hope and that expectation and that faithful sign by showing up with sticks at camp. You know, I'm talking about the shooting kind. You know, with bulletproof vests. You be like, hey man, careful, bro.
Bulletproof vest with Hebrew writing on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like come on, bro.
Like
ain't
that. Like that's
bro.
gonna justify this.
Like, you know, there's certain situations like that's not pushing off the proper image to our people. We get it, but hey, that's not pushing off the proper image to our people.
What if we had
They need to see
bulletproof
us
vests
harmless.
on and sticks? That brother probably wouldn't even stop.
Hell no,
He
would you?
wouldn't inquire about the truth.
Right.
Yeah, why would you want to stop? And you might get
Like,
shot.
who's this, the NFAC?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Where J Master J at?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got a quick one real quick. This is Acts 15 and 26. It says, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
I missed the beginning of that.
I'll read it again. It says, I'll start at 25. It says, it seemed good unto us, being assembled with one accord, to send chosen men unto you with our beloved Barnabas and Paul, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai
Put
Mashiach.
themselves in a risky position. I'm trying to think of the other. You said it earlier. Made their lives a living sacrifice. Made their bodies a living sacrifice.
Present our bodies as a living
Yeah.
sacrifice.
Hey, if you want to come up and do that, go on and do that. We know somebody gonna have to roll at some point. Somebody gonna get roughed up and maybe killed and whatever the case may be for this thing. You know it gotta happen. We signed up with that understanding. And if you signed up and didn't know that, now you know. You signed up to be harassed, beyond either beat up, possibly killed. You know?
The brothers up in the Northwest camp, some niggas drove by and shot them with pellets.
Lead up to a pellet gun.
Did a drive by with a pellet gun on there. Those brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like yesterday.
Yesterday.
I looked at that word.
Seattle.
Hazard.
Seattle.
You lean out the window. Pap, pap, pap.
You can change location.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. But this is we open to this.
Yeah. Well, then how they gonna be found in the elect? If they hide too deep, you got it, brother.
I got a quick one. 1 Corinthians 15:30. It says, "And why stand we in jeopardy every hour?"
Because of the hope that is within us.
Yeah.
You know, we have an expectation not to get shot, but to get salvation. Hey, in that same predicament, if somebody came by, what they can do, and pull. This is an open carry state. They can pull out and lay us down and say whatever they want, right?
They can say we pulled first or some shit.
Anything, right? Now, But we're up here expecting, if they were to do something like that, we expect a miracle to happen.
Yeah.
You know, now whether the Heavenly Father, whatever you do, we know it's all for the forwarding of this truth in the ministry. But at the same time, hey, I expect a miracle to happen.
Yeah, the niggas could roll up, the Lord could jam their guns.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing for the Lord to jam the niggas' guns.
crash and burn up or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Deliver them into our hands.
Any of that.
Anything, man.
You know, and I like the idea of us not having to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know, of them riding up the street and blowing up in container park with the fucking grasshopper shit out there. So, I don't know. Whatever. Shoot themselves or whatever. We do it, you know. But the point is, this is a serious thing that we got going on here, and we have to take it seriously. So seriously, what are we armed with? With the sword of the Spirit, you know, and so on and so forth. The feet and the body, you know.
Helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness.
Here you go.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. And like it says in Psalms 34, the angels encamp round about those that fear the Lord. We have a force field around us, man. Yeah.
Y'all see some of them people walking past didn't want to go through. They stopped
It's
and
a
go
force
around.
field here, man.
You ain't welcome
It's
to
all
walk.
spiritual.
Keeping them from outside.
It's spiritual.
And that
we're the only
understand.
ones when the chariots show up. We the only ones in this whole section to recognize and see. We're the only ones looking at everybody else. They're completely oblivious. They don't even know what the hell is going on. But us, we just we look up. Oh yeah, they go. Yep.
But he looking at us. We looking up here. He looking at us. What y'all see?
Yeah.
I don't see
He
nothing.
ain't even thinking.
We like, you don't see it?
Right.
That's all spiritual.
Man. You know, and like it says in Matthew 13, it was given to you to know the mysteries of the gospel.
Yeah, to them.
We have that eyesight that we can see these prophecies, see the chariots, and see different things, and understand what these things are. The rest of the world, they're blinded; they can't see it.
Dark.
They're not even looking for it. Right.
Yeah, man. So, I got anything else?
Anybody have a question or
precept?
anything?
Yeah, I had a precept.
Good.
This is 2 Timothy 3:12. It says, "Yet, and all that will look godly in Amasiach Yahushua shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived."
Yeah. That's what, you know, we're gonna suffer persecution, and we're gonna see men who's gonna, you know, the demons are gonna fester on them, and they're gonna get worse and worse. You know, false prophets, deceivers, you know, so on and so forth. The scoffers get bolder and bolder.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta deal
Some
with,
niggas
man.
hanging out with BB guns or pellet guns, it may turn out to be real 223s or 5.56s or whatever the fuck kind of bullets they have in these stuff. You know, like they may really lean out and be trying to shoot certain men. You know, and like brother said in the chat, and the same with them may just bounce off like those pellets bounced off, brothers.
I had a question on Leviticus. It was basically about the land Sabbath in Israel. This is Leviticus 26:34. And shall the land enjoy the Sabbaths as long as it lieth desolate? Or actually, let me start 23. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Then shall the land enjoy her Sabbaths as long as it lieth desolate, and ye be in your enemy's land. Even then shall the land rest and enjoy her Sabbaths. So that's talking about ancient Israel.
Yeah, that's talking about the conditions that our land would be in when the Lord put the curses on us and take us out of the land. There would be nobody left in our land to till it, to pluck up and plow, put the labor, you know, in to actually grow and plant and
take care of the land.
It's just gonna be left. So things are gonna be growing there, and there's gonna be nobody there to enjoy it.
So that's talking about the past, not current.
Yeah,
we ain't got no land now.
We ain't got no land right now.
Plus that land. Last week we were talking about they had to fly plants and land.
Oh yeah, it's cursed.
To current, so
Yeah, it's cursed right now. It ain't blessed.
They got all that land and they can't grow no crops or none of that shit over there.
Nothing.
It's defiled. They can't even get they don't even have a natural water source to come in here to water that stuff.
That was my question because it said enjoy her Sabbaths, so that's what I was.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and starting at verse 1, and it reads, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with trembling, with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of their salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
We looking up, and it just sums it all up, in a nutshell. We out here putting forth this labor. We put in labor to build this place up, for this man's kingdom, and we're now at the point where we're seeing it go down. We're prophesying in his face. We built this shit up for you, but this shit about to crumble. You see, even Jake was kind of like, when we said America loses, he was kind of like hesitant, like,
He didn't want to really dive into that because we had the proof is in the book.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of those Israelites that teach that 400-year prophecy is talking about America, because they believe that because we built America in slavery, we're going to eventually reap the labors
of this place
of America. So we're going to eventually come into abundance of, because it tells you in that prophecy that, and they came out with great substance. What they don't understand is that already happened when we plundered the Egyptians.
I was gonna say we
took all the gold and the silver and all the jewelry. We spoiled them. We spoiled the Egyptians, and we went into the wilderness with all that gold and silver.
Jake made
That's how they was able to build that golden calf. So that already took place. So no, we're not taking nothing out of America. All this shit gonna get burnt up.
Okay.
All right. Our riches, our wealth is gonna come from these nations bringing their wealth into the gates of Jerusalem. Right.
Yep.
So yeah, man. Our salvation is gonna be very estranged to the Lord.
Never seen the people get delivered like this.
Yeah.
That's what they remember when we was talking about it. They were like, "Oh, these niggas." You know what I'm saying? Like they believe that shit. They're gonna be amazed when they see it right before their face. Yeah, man. So, hey, with that, we're gonna give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh. That wants to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstones, peace, blessings to the elect. We'll say shalom.
Shalom. Appreciate you brothers coming out.
Marquise, come here.